I am grateful for this young man. Introduce yourself, sir.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful.
Good,
Jerome
good,
Newton.
good. Let us know something about yourself, man.
So, Jerome Newton, first and foremost, an aspiring man of God, a husband, a father, entrepreneur, father to many, and a day-to-day life struggle to try to get better every day.
Yeah.
With our businesses, we have multiple businesses. My wife and I, we're partners in everything that we do. We started off with Newton Manor Assisted Living, which is assisted living where we
Let's
house
say
the
that again.
elderly.
Newton
Newton
Manor,
Manor,
MANOR.
Manor,
Uh,
assisted living,
uh,
one and two. So it's two different houses.
okay.
So as of right now, one is a male house, one is a female house.
Oh, okay. And you're stationed in Baltimore.
Both are in Baltimore City.
Both of them in Baltimore City. Have there ever been any thoughts about going outside the city or exploring the county or anywhere beyond it? So right now you just want to keep this as your hub.
No, we've explored going outside of the city. However, with the rules and the regulations in the county, they make it a little bit more difficult, especially financially, for grassroots businesses to grow inside the county. Over the last maybe 10 years, they made it a little more difficult. Whereas you have to have sprinklers, which is we're talking going into business as
Um,
almost 15 to 25 thousand dollars just for that. And the average family or the average entrepreneur just starting out a business doesn't have 15 to 25 thousand dollars just sitting
that's
around.
right. That's right.
And if they do, they put it into the actual business.
Yeah, yeah. So those are some of the regulations. So, but that regulation is not necessary in Baltimore City,
No, it's not in Baltimore
but
City.
it is in the county.
Absolutely.
That's the reason why you probably try to stay. I got it. I
Yeah,
got it. I
that's the
got it.
reason why we stay in the city.
What other entities are you into?
So we also have a K&M, which is an independent house, and it's for low income individuals. Um, Basically renting out rooms to low income individuals while they get themselves back on their feet. We also have Reinhardt Enrichment Program, which is a community based program, nonprofit for the youth, to try to educate the youth on a lot of things about life, uh, the spirituality, the brotherhood, the interactions, social, mental, any little aspect that we can get, we try to learn. And then we try to give it to them so that they don't make some of the mistakes that's out here and the pitfalls that's out here in Baltimore City. We also do sports, but our sports is through Dirt Mob, which is a program that me and Mr. Rob Gaines started with a bunch of other brothers almost a year ago. And Dirt Mob stands for Disciplined, Inspirational, Resilient, Teachable Members of a Blessed Brotherhood.
Dirt Mob.
Dirt Mob.
Wow. Wow.
Mm,
Okay. Okay. Okay.
okay. Yeah.
All right. So
That was a
there are.
lot.
That's a lot. We about to go in, Doc. You ready? You got something to say to it?
No,
You about to go in? Okay. So there are 24 hours in a day.
Mhm.
There are 24 hours in a day. You gotta tell us how do you managing all this stuff. I'm serious. Yeah, there are
absolutely.
only 24 hours in a day. So let's do this real quick. And so y'all know I'm a thinking man, okay? Everybody know that I am a thinking man. When I say there's 24 hours in a day, there's 24 hours in a day. But we do know that 8 of those hours you sleep, you have time for family,
Yep.
you have time to go to work and go to get the kids
Hmm.
to school and back. So you have that traffic
Traffic.
time.
Yep.
And so really you break it down, you might got 10 to 12 to actually do some effective,
Yes.
you know, brain sharp, uh, tolerance, all of those tolerable, all of those qualities to put into a ministry or rather to a business so your business can be effective. How you doing it?
Well, the first thing is I'm not doing it alone. Nothing I'm doing alone. My wife is my partner, my best friend. So the communication with her and I, especially when it comes to the children, because both of our children are in sports and they keep us overly busy. And the businesses, we have very good employees. With the programs, the nonprofit programs, we have a bunch of 100 people that's dedicated, dedicated to the mission. Sometimes we start off rocky, but you weed out some of the people that has their own intentions. And once you do that, you come to a bunch of brothers that willing to fill in their roles. Uh, the hard part at the beginning was finding the brothers to fill in their
You say the
roles.
beginning. How long was the beginning? How long has it been since it began? Rather, put it that way.
Well, with Dirt Mob, it was we're a year in. A bunch of us came from different programs, that had a lot of like minds and decided to form our own program and go forward. Grind Hard Enrichment Program, we've been doing it since 2019,
Before the pandemic,
before the pandemic,
2019,
and through the pandemic.
and through the pandemic. Okay, so you did it before the pandemic and through the pandemic, and so far I've heard you say you got a partner, you got good help, and number three, you said you got people that know their place.
Yes.
So all these, so give us while you're talking your story, help some people out that are in business or are aspiring to go into business. What do you think they need to do and to have if they have multiple businesses? I am under the impression, I'll be honest with you, I'm under the impression that you do one thing at a time and one thing takes care of everything else. That's my format. My format is if you got 10 things to do, find the one thing you can do, get that baby off the ground and let that baby finance all the other babies. That's just one of my it's not the only, but that seemed to be the most simplest one. Just get the one thing going, and then let that thing fertilize
Mhm.
every other thing you're trying to do, or you want to do. Go for it.
Well, that actually would be true because for us, Newton Manor, we started Newton Manor in 2015. And with Newton Manor, when we first
That's your
started,
camera.
off of Newton Manor, when we first started, it was just me and my wife. We didn't have an employee, so her and I were 24 hours around the clock.
Mhm.
Beginning with her because I was working at first and I went to school. Then I came off my job and started helping her. But the reason we got into it is because of her grandmother and my grandparents. When they were older and they were in the hospital, we didn't like the way that they were treated. And because she had a friend that was already doing this, she had mentioned to her, why don't you do this if you feel that passion about, the elderly not being treated right? Once we did that, in my mind, I was like, I'll stay at work and she can take care of that. I also, little joke. I also told her one of the first things I'm never going to do is I'm never changing an adult diaper.
Oh, we got to talk about this one.
Yeah,
For
We
sure.
never.
got to talk about this one.
And I was so adamant about that. The minute that we did it, the first thing I did was change an adult's diaper.
Like comes with it.
It comes with it. The biggest thing is patience.
Hmm.
Okay.
Gotta have patience, especially when you're dealing with the elderly or you're dealing with youth.
For sure.
A lot of times you have to take yourself out of it,
Hmm.
especially with the growing rate of dementia,
Yeah, absolutely.
Alzheimer's,
Hmm.
and then when you come to us, we try to look at their diet of what their diet can help. I'm not a big person on medicine.
Hmm.
Probably a hard-headed person that's not on medicine.
Hmm.
I feel that God has given us enough on this earth to survive and cure everything,
Hmm.
and not just cure to make sure we don't even get the disease if we manage our bodies correctly. Not overdo
What
some
if
of the
we don't
things.
manage our bodies correctly?
Or if we don't manage our bodies correctly, the health field is $1 billion
For
industry,
sure.
and they're thanking us every day for not managing our
Absolutely. They
bodies.
are. That's exactly what's happening. Yeah.
Exactly. So, with
Are you
that,
you're a naturalist? You're a nature guy? You don't be
yes.
hugging trees and none of that stuff.
No, no,
You're
no,
not
no,
that kind of.
no,
Let us
no.
know how far you go,
Not,
Too
Doc.
far, too
Let's
far.
let's go,
not,
Doc.
not,
Go ahead. Come on,
yeah,
man.
I'm not that extreme.
Right.
Let us go.
But
Go
I
ahead.
do believe everything in nature has its place.
Okay.
I believe that everything that has the breath of life in it has a purpose.
Mm.
Everything that the breath of life have in
Has a
it has
purpose.
a purpose.
That goes from the trees to the grass. Everything that God has made animated, meaning that it moves, that
Mhm.
it's not stagnant, has a purpose. Now, do we always understand the purpose, know the purpose, or even look for the purpose? No, but it has a purpose. You could take something as far as, let's say, The Lion King, when you're looking at a children's story and they sing the song, the Circle of Life.
Right.
Hmm.
Doesn't realize you could watch it, you could recite the song, but you don't realize exactly how true that song really is.
Absolutely.
The Circle of Life.
Hmm.
If the goat or whatever don't eat the grass that God provides, then the lion doesn't have nothing to eat. We don't have nothing to eat, or if the fish. All of these things are part of that circle of life.
Hmm.
Even if you're not a meat eater, which I don't eat beef or pork, I eat chicken here and there, and I love lamb. But
So you don't eat beef or pork?
I haven't eaten beef or pork in over 30 years.
Say that again.
I haven't eaten beef or pork in over 30 years.
Okay, I got a big question.
Mhm.
Is bacon pork?
Is what?
Is bacon pork?
Bacon is pork.
Okay, bacon is pork. Okay.
Sure.
All right. All right. All right.
Some people try to exclude it,
I
like,
know.
oh, except for bacon.
No.
Bacon is pork.
Yes,
Okay.
actually, I can't even be in a room when someone's cooking pork. It'll make me sick.
Wow.
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 And that alone, for me, tells me that that's not natural for us to even be
Absolutely.
eating.
Got it.
Yeah,
Got it. Got it. Got it.
Absolutely.
Got it.
Hmm.
Good.
So healthcare,
There's the health. There's the health one, Doc. Go ahead, Ted. Let us have it.
healthcare is such a difficult thing to do, even with a passion to help people in general. So in the hospital, just in the nursing homes and everywhere, now we have like programs that give people respite hours, right? So that's typically like if the family is working and they come and move in with their daughter-in-law or their son-in-law, and all you see is them all day. You're changing them, you're walking them, they're going to the bathroom. We have now come up with this thing called respite hours, and it basically just allows the family member to get time off because they get beat up.
Yes.
They get worn out. How did you guys balance having patients or clients in your house 24 hours a day without that time? Because I'm sure initially maybe you didn't have like the staff to kind of maybe start. So obviously you probably were doing everything. How did you all balance like the shifts? Like, did you do day shift? Did she do night shift? Did she do like how did you make it work? Because even me working 12-hour shifts, I am done after 8. And we have to stretch it and you do multiple. So every single day, just tell me what did that look like and how did you all balance that out?
Well, in the beginning, I basically stayed in the house the most, and she basically, because our children were into things, she would basically take care of that.
Okay.
And when she came home, she would help.
Okay.
Like I said, like you said that they beat up the family. That's true. But the biggest thing is that when they're in an assisted living, they don't treat strangers, which we are a stranger in the beginning, that eventually becomes family.
Right.
That's the goal of our assisted living, is to become an extended person in their family and
Right.
treat them like family. They don't treat us the same as they treat family.
Okay.
And I can go back to my very first client. Mr. Choice was a 94-year-old man. Taught me a lot.
Okay.
That's the biggest thing.
Okay.
You talk some of these elderly, they will teach you a lot.
Yeah.
I'm a history buff. I love reading. I love history. He told me that everything I've read in World War II was a lie.
Wow.
He said if I believed anything in there, I was a fool.
Wow.
And he began over time, before he went into the hospital and passed, he would literally talk to me every day about it.
Wow.
And because he was so mean to his family, you know, my wife and I, we eventually got the family to come around.
Okay.
But in the beginning, they wouldn't come around because he was angry.
Yeah. Was it a black man or white man?
Black man.
Black man.
Black man.
What's one of the myths he dispelled about the World War II?
Basically how they treated black people in the war.
Okay.
And he basically was telling me that they were the guinea pigs. Anytime that they needed someone to go do something that was a little risky,
they would send them.
I
heard the French treated the blacks better than the Americans when they went to. It was that. Do you hear anything about that?
He didn't mention anything about that.
All right.
I've read that, but
you read that. You heard it.
Yeah.
There are movies that alluded to that. That the French, they treated, and a lot of black men didn't even come back to America.
Yes.
During the war, they stayed over there. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, at that time, you got to understand that I'm fighting for a country that won't fight for me.
Yeah.
I'm fighting for a country that when I come back home, I'm treated like a third-rate citizen. So when you get somewhere else and they like, you're welcome, it's almost like, huh? You're like, what? Like, I'm welcome. I don't got to watch my back. I don't got to do this. And you get that comfortable. Because you think about us as people that all of us, I don't care who you are, you want to feel comfortable. You want to be in an environment where you feel that you can completely relax and let down and be who you really are, as opposed to always having your guard up.
Right.
And at that time in this country, for a black man, he couldn't put his guard down.
Right.
Because they were still fighting for the liberties that we have today.
Right.
Let's go in. Let's go in. Okay. So how do you feel America treats the black man today, given the Charlie Kirk debacle, Donald Trump, the division that's in America to date. What are your, and do you have any thoughts you're willing to share? What are your thoughts? I can give you mine now. You know, I got a lot to say.
Yeah.
But what are your thoughts? What are you willing to share about this? How do you feel? What's going on here? What you, how do you feel? Where you come from? What's your angle, Doc?
All right, just be completely honest.
Go for it.
First, there's a big difference between a black man and a nigga.
Okay, we going right in there. Hold on, let me put mine over there. No.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. Buckle up, y'all. All right, get started. You can go ahead, sir. The floor is yours.
All right, so
And say that again, please. What you
Ted
said.
just being controversial.
Look right here
Ted
so I
just
can.
being controversial.
When we go back and do
Ted
some clips,
just
I can
being
get this.
controversial.
I'm leave solo you out.
Oh my
Sorry,
goodness.
go ahead.
Go ahead, Doc.
all right, so the first thing we have to understand is there's a big difference between a black man and a nigga. The image that what they're giving off
Mhm.
for us to other countries and even throughout this country is the nigga.
Mm.
The nigga is winning, and it's always been like that. You got to understand that our ancestors fought for a lot of liberties. That if you look at the image of which they're giving us today,
Mhm.
the question would be, did we deserve it?
Mm.
Because
Did we deserve what? The liberties?
the liberties.
Let's hear this.
The reason the question is, back then, I can say it real simple. Back then, they died for what they believed in.
Uh-huh.
Right now, we're dying and killing for anything.
Okay.
We're killing because we're being told to kill. We're killing because of the images that's being put in our kids' heads. We're killing because the males that are of age are not standing up and taking the responsibility of shaping their community, of turning that TV off so that the kid can't see that image of him, that easier image of him where it says that it's easy to get this, that, and this is all you have to do. You know, I understand of the poverty aspect of it, and that goes into
You moving everything.
okay.
Yeah.
I understand the poverty aspect of it, and that goes into we could put like us three in this room, right? We're all, and when I say aspiring, I'm gonna tell you why I say aspiring. We're all aspiring men and women of God. I say aspiring because it's an everyday thing.
Absolutely.
The minute that we wake up, we have to control our urges that has come through environment, what we see, what we hear,
Absolutely.
to aspire to continue to aspire to be men and women of God.
Yes.
So with that, you take that and you put one piece of chicken in this room, one piece of chicken, let's say once per every 3 weeks. How long is it before we begin to fight for that piece of chicken, knowing that it's coming? Because hunger sets in,
Mm-hmm.
depression sets in,
Mhm.
and these are the things that to me, are by design within our communities. You look back at the times of, let's just say, the Black Panther Party. My last
Okay.
name is Newton, so I'm gonna say
Yeah.
Huey P. Newton.
How about it? How about it?
And you look at the breakfast programs that they
Yeah.
didn't even charge for.
Yeah.
The community building that they were doing with the education. If you go before that, look at before we became integrated. We had our own banks, we had our own schools, we had our own communities that were thriving. But that's not to say that in that same time that we didn't have pimps,
Okay.
we didn't have drug dealers,
Yeah.
we didn't have people in society trying to do the easy or the wrong things.
Right.
However, that image wasn't the dominant image.
Okay.
It became the dominant image in media. Now, we all know that just like what we put in our body as we eat will eventually come out. The same thing goes with what we put in our mind.
Yeah.
What we put in our mind will eventually transform to the people or the person we're going to be. If we put negative things in our mind, only negative things are going to come out.
Yeah.
And we talking about the instances of today and the difference between the black man or the black man or woman and the nigga. It's the nigga that's the loud, boisterous, violent. I can't even say uneducated because education system is that's a whole nother topic.
Right.
And they're stuck in that ignorance. That's the word I'm gonna use. They stuck in that ignorance And even when you point out that ignorance, they don't want to hear it unless it came from a TV.
Uh-huh.
They'll complain about one thing and live the same thing that they complain about.
Right. So what's the difference between the nigger and the black person? What's the difference?
Well, the difference is the ignorance.
Ignorance is different.
The ignorance is the difference, and the lack of self-awareness.
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 Even if it's okay. So you mentioned television programs. You
Mhm.
mentioned watching certain things and getting into our spirit, get into our hearts and our minds. You mentioned that. But I remember back in the day we had Good Times, Cosby Show. What else we have?
Family
Matters.
Family Matters. What else we have, y'all?
Jefferson.
The Jeffersons. That's right, the Jeffersons. And then later on it became who was the spinoff of Cosby Show? A different
Different
world.
A different world.
A different
yeah,
world.
Okay.
Then I think our last one we had was Blackish.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
not sure. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Blackish was like the
Yeah.
last positive family outlet that we actually seen on a actual network. Now a lot of it is on
Mhm.
internet TV.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The streaming, but I'm just talking about on the major networks.
Yeah.
I am asking. I know Tyler Perry does some
Yeah.
does some
Tyler
things, right?
Perry.
Tyler Perry got some things out,
Yeah.
right? That's positive. They got a lot of things out that's
What about
stereotypical as well.
Moesha? Wasn't that kind of positive?
Moesha was positive.
They
Yes,
were like,
Moesha,
yeah, they had like some.
Moesha was
Yeah.
positive.
Okay.
There was more, but there seemed to be a little less of that today.
Yes.
And I am asking, do you believe that's by design as well, or do you think that is we no longer have an appetite for positivity, positive male roles, and women in traditional households? Has America lost their appetite? Black America, have they lost that appetite? They no longer have a palate for those things.
Mm.
You know, what do you think?
I
How do you
don't
feel?
think we've lost our appetite. I think the media or the structure of the media has changed, especially
The
with
structure of the media.
yes, especially with social media technology becoming so prevalent now. It's different. So back then, let's take away when we were children. We all can agree that with the street lights meant
Yeah.
That's right. Bring it by the house.
yeah,
That's right,
street lights meant being about the house, and
Yeah.
street lights came on the minute it got dark.
Yeah.
So therefore, we had to fill that time our parents had to fill that time when it got dark,
Yeah. Okay.
and that was TV and the programs that which some of our parents allowed us to watch.
Uh-huh.
You know, especially our strict parents allowed us to watch. Those were the Family Matters, and that
Those
was
safe
what was on.
programs. Yeah.
So what we got to understand is that we are in a capitalist country.
Yes, we are.
It's supply and demand. No matter how you look at it, it's supply and demand. If the majority of the people watching TV or watching shows wants to see that type of show, what are they going to supply?
That's what I was
Mhm.
asking. That's why I was asking. Have we lost appetite for it?
Yeah.
Do you think so? Or you say
I don't
no?
think we lost
I
the
don't think we lost
appetite.
You don't
I
have
don't
lost
think we lost
appetite for it?
appetite for
Yeah.
it.
When I go home, I don't look for that.
I think
I
it's
think it's
just that
unfamiliar now.
It's unfamiliar.
Yeah.
but you know why we don't look for it?
Go for it.
Like I'm gonna take it for us in sports, right?
Mhm.
Why is it that you have millions of children across the world that
Mhm.
want to play basketball, football, baseball, but the ratings are falling? YouTube. Why am I going to watch a whole game when I could just go watch highlights?
Mm.
YouTube is probably the most watched, and more than anything. Shoot,
Okay.
if
Yeah.
I have something to learn and I need to do it around the house, I watch YouTube.
I go to YouTube.
Same.
YouTube University.
That's it.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I remember I had got a job as a forklift driver.
Uh-huh.
Right, years ago, I got a job as a forklift job. Never drove a forklift in my life.
Mm.
YouTube University
yeah.
taught me how to drive a forklift overnight.
Yes, it will.
I went in and passed the test.
Wow. No excuses, y'all. No excuses. No excuses.
Like, I remember my wife like, "What you doing?" I'm learning how to drive a forklift.
No
They told me
excuses.
what kind of forklift they had. I
No
watched
excuses.
every video on how to
Wow.
drive a forklift. And
Mhm.
it's the same thing as every video that you could find, cooking, sports, fitness, everything that you want to do is on social media.
Mhm.
I'm not big on social media, so
You're not.
like no, I'm not big on social media.
Okay. Do you have a Facebook page?
Yeah, but I might get on it once a month.
Really?
Mhm.
Okay.
And if you like, even if you look on my phone, like under my caption, it's called "Waste Time."
Okay.
So when you look at it, you see
That's what I'm
that is
contending.
yeah,
So when I get on it,
that's
I'm
good.
intending
That's
to
good.
waste time.
That's
Right.
good. Everybody hear that? I'm gonna put this on. No, no, that was a message. No, no, no. That's a message. I'm gonna preach this. Give me 2 minutes. Give me 60 seconds to preach this. The Bible says there's a time and place for everything under the sun,
Yes.
but there is nowhere in that litany, in the book of Ecclesiastes, that said there was a time to waste. It's not written. So that is good, and I'm gonna adopt that. Because last night I was on social media till 3 o'clock in the morning
Mm,
because I've been busy all weekend. I
mm.
just needed my fix, and I was just scrolling. I was just scrolling. I mean, yeah. So I'm gonna put that on there. Waste time. All right, go for it, Doc. I'm feeling that one.
No, not a problem. And just like you say, what the Bible said, if you break it down into layman's terms, it's basically telling us that everything that we do in life, we should have a purpose
Mhm.
for everything that we do.
Mhm.
If you want to go watch a football game, you shouldn't be shunned to watching a football game, understanding that it's your entertainment.
Right.
If
And
you
that's
want
that time for entertainment.
that's your time for entertainment.
Right, right, right.
You want to watch a show, that's your time for entertainment. Just like you said, what you put in your body, you also got to understand that. Okay, I've watched 6 hours of entertainment.
Mm,
What am I putting to feed my mind?
Right.
And why am I getting angry when I'm not producing what I say I want to produce, but I'm not putting what I say I want to produce in
yeah,
my body?
yeah, yeah.
We look at our youth and we send them to school. However, the definition of school to them has completely changed in what it was to us.
Mhm.
For us, a lot of our parents told us get a good job, go to college, blah blah blah.
Mhm.
However, if I'm looking online and I can see that uh, I don't
Yeah,
know, one of
yeah,
these YouTubers,
yeah,
what Speedy
yeah,
Guy, whatever
yeah,
name,
yeah,
is
yeah.
making
Speed.
$1
Yeah,
million
$1
doing
million.
yeah,
this, then why do I need to go to school?
Per episode. Yes.
And with the informational age, the content in which they're giving our children, they're looking at it, it's boring,
Yeah.
especially our children. We are, as a country, we are one of the last in literacy,
Mhm.
mathematics. Everything about this country has changed, except the way that they teach our kids. That classroom setting has
Mhm.
been taught since the 1900s.
Mhm.
Inside a classroom, closed with and one teacher in the classroom teaching a subject.
Yeah.
and
That
cheers,
has
and cheers lined up in a row.
Yep.
Yep.
The
From the
desk,
industrial age.
Mhm.
Yep.
the desk has changed.
Yeah.
The
Right.
chalkboard has changed. The what's the
Notebook has
projector?
changed a
Yeah,
little
The
bit.
yeah,
projector has
yeah, yeah,
changed. The
yeah,
notebooks has
yeah.
changed. But the essence of how they
The
teach has
format.
not
Yeah,
changed.
yeah.
And they wonder why we're behind.
Mm.
Mhm.
It's because it hasn't changed.
So when you got all these, so you have all. Go ahead, Ted, because I got many things. You got something to say? Go ahead. Ted.
I was gonna say that I agree with the our in class in school. I remember taking this class called the Education of the Black Family, and it just talked about how we absorb all of these things. Basically, whatever we're given, we just soak it in. And I was just going to agree with what you said about the TV and all of the things. And uh, my take on it is that we've just become now like unfamiliar with um, quality TV or quality almost educational broadcasting. And now we almost look for trash TV or we almost look for these. We're attracted to it because it's all we were being given. So I was just going to agree with that take on it. And so do you think that YouTube is also, even if you're getting education from it, is that also considered like uh electronic, like the what did you say, like the screen time or whatever? Like, do you think that that still counts, or if as long as it's education, it's just like reading a book or something like that?
As far as the learning aspect of
Mhm.
YouTube,
Mhm.
I think the learning aspect of YouTube is actually at times, depending on the subject and depending on the child, better than the classroom setting.
I agree.
Every child does not learn the same.
Mhm.
I'm gonna speak for my own child. My child learns by doing,
Mhm. Hands
um,
on.
hands on.
Mhm.
You do it and show him, and he'll pick it up just like this.
Yeah.
But if he has to read it, he might have to read it 5 or 6 times.
Right. Okay.
But I could show him one time, and he got it.
Makes
Elon,
sense.
Elon Musk wanted to start a school, but he wanted to start a school for like 10 children.
Okay.
And he wanted to start a school for 10 children. Here was the school. He going to take a car, and then he was going to break the car apart and put the car back together again, piece by piece. And that was the education,
Mhm.
to deconstruct and then reconstruct.
Okay.
So take a car, a fully, whatever year, whatever model, have a car, and then just and then teach through all the mechanisms in which he had found and discovered when they was attempting to take these things apart. So
Mm.
every nut, every bolt, he can do math and counting and all types of arithmetics and geometry and all. He can use every element within our educational system to teach the child. And he wanted the school for five children. I think
Mm.
5 to 10 children. So
Mhm.
he actually wanted to start a school for that. So I kind of agree with that
Is that on every
philosophy.
aspect? Like he was going to use like multiple different things and do it,
Yeah,
or just cars in general?
I think he wanted. I believe that if I'm not mistaken, Elon Musk wanted to do a case study on it.
Oh,
So he
okay.
was showing how kids would learn
Okay.
better if they were hands on. So placed an item in front of them,
Mm-hmm.
deconstruct it,
Okay.
do all the math equations and all the stuff that comes with, putting these things together. Take it apart, deconstruct it, and then put it back together again.
Mm.
And he said that would be the educational system, hands on. And I
Mhm.
think that we do not. So I do know that and we gonna stay where we are with the nigga and the black person. We 'cause I'm not getting off of that because we have to address this in a way that is so other people can understand
Mhm.
what the average person thinks about the system in which our children are being raised. And I don't think that we are being properly heard. And I don't think we're being heard is because it's bureaucratic in nature. In so many words, you get funding for this stuff.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You get funding for a lot of these things and the way they teach in the schools. I think Baltimore gets billions, by the
Yes.
way, not millions.
Yes.
Baltimore gets
Yes, they
billions.
do.
Y'all don't know that, but Baltimore gets billions of dollars. And we pay more on capital per child than any other coastal city in America. I think
Mm-hmm.
like 3 or 4, the third, fourth. So we get a lot of money. So they're trying to figure out, hey, with all this money, what's going on? I've always been under the impression that money cannot change things. I'm always under that impression. I believe it's really about the love that we have for teaching and studying. The culture needs to change.
Mm.
Not as I don't think you can throw money into a thing when the culture hasn't changed.
Right.
The mindset hasn't changed. So yes, you can make a nicer schools, you know what I'm saying, better computers, but if the culture has not changed, aka if there is no, like what you said, if we don't place a value on education, I think it's a little bit. I think we're going to get the same thing in a richer form,
Mm.
Yeah.
in a more polished
Yeah.
form, but it is the same thing. And so my question to you is, as a father, as a businessman, as an entrepreneur, how do you have? So I see you have a lot of perceptions and observations. Do you have answers?
To some of the things.
Have you thought about being on the other side? Because every
Yes.
time I have a question, I was, if we have a problem, I'm not going to just say we got a problem with the mayor,
Right. Right.
or
Right.
we got a problem with the governor, or we got a problem with the dirt and the trash. I have to come up with an answer,
Solution.
a solution.
Absolutely.
So some of the things you're saying,
Mhm.
what do you think the answer is from your perspective? Because you're into, but you actually work every day with two dichotomies, the young and the old.
Correct.
You get what I'm saying? When they
Mhm.
come out, you know what I'm saying? You are
Yeah.
literally cradle to grave.
Yes.
Literally.
Literally.
I'm literally in
Literally.
it.
You are literally doing it. And so you're in both worlds.
Correct.
Hey, help us, Doc. Help us. Help us. The
Um,
floor is yours.
all right. I'm gonna say it like this, just to put a little theology with it. I believe in Maya, which is looking towards the back to help the future,
Okay.
and
It's
that
called
is
Maya.
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 Mayat.
Hmm.
Yes. I yes.
MAAT.
And
I know that, and everybody, I
Yeah.
know the laws of Mayat.
okay.
All right.
So,
How many laws is it?
um,
What they say?
in total, you 71.
71 laws. But I do believe on average in the 40s,
Yes.
44, something like that, that
Mhm.
everybody knows.
Mhm.
And so, but there are 71 laws in Mayat.
Yes.
All right, good. Now tell us what Mayat is so folk don't get afraid. I think we bringing
I
up
mean,
mixing
Talking
stuff.
about what kind of snow people? Yeah.
Yeah.
My
yes, no,
for sure.
it's really it's simple.
Absolutely.
Looking into the past for the better of the future. That's best way you could break it down, and it's principles and how you live your life. For those who don't know, if you really study the laws of Maya
Mhm.
and you study the Ten Commandments, you're studying almost the exact same thing.
Mhm.
Yes.
And so It's
The laws
nothing.
of Mayap is about maybe about 3,000 years before the
Before,
law of Moses.
Mm-hmm.
exactly.
Yes. Okay,
Ex-
y'all.
Exactly.
All right,
So
all
it's,
right,
it's
all right.
and what we have to understand that there is, not to go into it, but there is nothing new under the sun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to spook people out,
Go ahead, Doc.
but the
Spook on.
in history, if you really do your history, that the stories that Jesus wasn't the first one who was a virgin mother's birth.
Yeah. There had been like 13 Christ-like figures
Exactly.
before Christ.
Before Christ
Mhm.
ever
Yeah.
existed.
And anybody want to read the book? You're not afraid. I'm gonna give them the book, Doc. John Jackson's Christianity Before Christ. Get the book. If you're a Christian, if you're a Christian pastor and you know that you are teaching you're
Mhm.
teaching black people to know, to be wise, to have understanding, to be grounded. Don't be afraid to read extra canonical literature that is beyond the 66 books that we have been given and we have. Nothing wrong with that. It does not shake your faith, but it will help shape your faith. And so the floor is yours, Doc.
Yes.
But
Give
John
them the name
Jackson,
of the book.
John Jackson's Christianity Before
I'm gonna
Christ.
tag it.
And he
Okay.
did not do Jesus a disservice.
No,
John
absolutely
Jackson's
not.
Christianity Before Christ. You got the book? I think you got it. I think he got it. I think you're the first one gave it to me. Were you the one that gave it to me? I took it from you. Yeah, I
I'm
gave.
proud
Yeah,
to say
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. You got. Yeah, I still got his book. I still got his book, but it's called Christianity Before Christ. Don't get the big version, y'all. There's two versions. There's one big version that will just your eyes will just start crossing, but there's a smaller version, and he does great work. Great work. All right, y'all. Let's go.
I mean, just to go off of that, just and to know that it's nothing to try to dispel anyone's beliefs. It actually enhances.
Yeah.
Like, I remember a long time ago, you had a question. You surprised that I come to service at times
Yes.
because of what I know. Now, because I might not agree with every word,
Mhm.
understand what I mean by word. I have never been to your church and disagreed with the lesson
Yeah.
ever.
Mhm.
So it's not about the words. And what we got to realize is the world is secular. It's made secular to always focus on what we have not in common.
Mm-hmm.
Say it
It's
again.
secular. Everything
That,
is
you
broken
got that
down
part,
into
but
sex.
oh,
The world, everything is broken down to sex. So we put our emotions.
so the secular world, I never put A and B together.
Yeah,
So the secular world simply to put the world or everything in a category or sex.
yes.
SECT.
Mhm.
Sometimes I'm slow when I don't want to be. Go ahead, man.
You've preached
Go ahead.
it without breaking it
Go ahead, man.
Mhm.
I never put those two together for some reason.
down.
I
Yes.
never go ahead, sir.
So
Go ahead, sir.
we gotta understand is like standing in what I believe that if I come to you, I'm not Muslim, but let's say I come to you and I say I'm Muslim,
Mhm.
and you say I'm Christian. Immediately, because of past things we've been told, maybe even experienced, there's a guard that goes up
Yes.
Yes,
that
it
we feel we
is.
have to be guarded. However, we got to understand that those things are man-made for a reason. You know how many wars were fought on those words alone?
Mm.
Yeah.
How many people died on those words alone? We're at a time where we can't continue to allow ourselves to be secular and letting someone else control us to how we feel about another person. I don't care what anyone believes.
You don't. So you don't care.
No,
It doesn't bring a divide to you.
no.
Or within
Your
your
character
relationships.
does.
Um.
Your character, and I'm gonna say the character that you display right now.
Mm-hmm.
mm,
Because I might can't be with you right now, it means that your spirit doesn't align with mine. That doesn't mean that in 2 years from now, either I change or you change, and our spirit might be in line.
I agree with that. I agree with
It's
that.
just that I'm to the point where I'm in my life where if my energy doesn't match your energy, then it's no need in us being in the same room because we're going to clash. And that clash in today's times can be very explosive. I might could walk away and say I feel nothing about it.
Right.
The mystery is, are you going to walk away and say nothing about it?
Mm.
Because that is not the norm anymore of what
Yeah.
we see in our communities. And
See,
so,
go ahead.
so therefore, with that, we have to get ourselves out of the mind of being thinking of sex, and thinking more of unity.
Yeah.
The fact of the matter is that I don't care what you believe,
Mhm.
God wakes you up every day.
Okay.
The fact that you can breathe,
So you do believe in a higher power?
absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. I believe that everything in my life is ran by a higher power. My experience in life has got me through a higher power. If you look at that old picture where there 2 steps
Yeah,
in the
they're
sand,
saying,
one,
yeah.
I believe in my life there's a lot of 1 steps and it ain't me walking.
Yeah.
So what are you? So what I okay? Is that do you have a category?
I don't put myself in
You
a
don't put
category.
except that's the sex thing, right?
Yeah,
That's
I
that's
don't
it. You
I
don't
don't
put yourself in the
I don't put
category.
myself in a category
Right.
because then if you put yourself in a category, like I said, you might be closed off to a blessing.
Yeah. Okay. I got it. I
You
got
know,
it. I got it.
it's just like the picture of someone drowning and God telling you to take the water out while someone else is just sitting there watching you.
Yeah.
I might help you get that water out, but let's just say, yeah, I might be like, he's such and such, so I'm not gonna help you get that water out. Not thinking that we're all gonna drown.
Mm,
We're
mm,
all drowning. And right now in this world, we're all drowning.
Mhm.
mm,
We're all drowning. It doesn't care what you think you are, who you think you are, we're all drowning.
mm,
I'm 47.
mm-hmm.
So I could say the majority of my life maybe has been already lived.
Mhm.
However, I'm pretty sure all of us that have children want our children to live in a better world.
Right.
This is my reason for having youth programs. Because when my children go outside, I have to know that they're safe. I could easily tell my children, no, you can't go outside because it's not safe, and be a part of the problem or be a part of the solution and going outside and helping it be a little bit more safer or having an environment where it's safe for a moment. Now, let me see, my son is 15. I have kids that my son grew up with at 15 that in Baltimore City are now dead,
Mm-hmm.
that are in jail,
Mm.
and my son was around them.
Mm.
However, they did not display any of those characters when they were around.
Mm.
And that goes for any of us. And I say that from experience. Speaking of my experience, I was in prison for 17 years.
Wait a minute. Time out. Time out. Everybody listen. Everybody listen. 17 straight years.
17 straight years.
Now everybody say 17 years, they think they're like 3 years here, 3 years there, 3 years there.
Yeah.
They even count their probation years.
Right,
They
right.
be like, yeah, I'm still locked up
Yeah.
on the box. I'm like, no, no, no.
Nah, we
no.
talking. If
You
we
was
talking
in.
probation years, we talking 20 something.
Wow. So at 47 years old,
At 47 years
there
old,
has been a huge chunk of your life.
gone. I didn't see
You
not 1 year of my 20s.
Wow.
really?
Really, every year of my 20s was spent in prison. I went to prison at 16 years old.
So you didn't sort of big chunk of your life.
Mhm.
You were outside of society.
Outside of society.
Wow.
Therefore, why my thinking is different.
Mhm.
I don't pass judgment on anybody that feel, look, say, or anything because they didn't have the liberties that I had.
I think you're the first person that we ever had on who ever had this experience.
I think so.
I think you're the very first person. Dude, you are the very first person that we talked
I believe
to
so.
that
Yeah, for
went
sure.
through this. Um, how did you get through it?
How did I get through it? Day by day.
Is it so? I
Yeah,
got
'cause
like
it's
the
and
question.
you
Just when is all this stuff? Everybody,
and
you
he's
know,
was
come on.
16.
16. So
So
when did you ever give up on life?
No,
Did you ever?
no.
So what was the grounding? What grounded you? What helped you get through that? Going in knowing that
it's such an impressionable time of your
time.
life as well. So
Well, let's say from
Do you recall?
yeah, I absolutely recall.
Do you have triggers?
Not anymore.
But you used to.
I used to.
Were you militant?
Very.
Not anymore. You still got that strong authoritative voice, like
for sure.
yeah, you still got it. But you
I'm not as militant and as how I was.
are you afraid of life?
No,
Are you afraid of death?
no,
Are you afraid to go back in?
yes.
You still got that itch of whatever that got you in trouble.
Mm, yes.
Am I
I
safe?
control it.
Am I safe to be a family member?
Absolutely. No,
I'm joking with you, man.
I control it.
You control it.
I control it.
We all do.
Do you have a
That's what we were saying from the beginning that
yes?
we choose every day to go left or go right. It's
Mhm.
still our choice. We all get that itch. You all get the itch of some of those things. To
But
a certain
we ain't
extent.
get caught doing some of them things.
No,
Man.
I'm just saying like choosing to drink and not to drink. I'm just saying as a man,
Yes,
there are
absolutely.
certain things that you get an itch for.
You just still
that
have
you
it.
have to say no.
You learn to control it. Now I have a way better control on it than I did
Mhm.
when I first came home.
Does
Yeah.
does this have something to do with your diet?
No,
There's nothing to do
nothing
with
to
your
do with my
diet.
diet. So all right, like let's say for
I got
example,
wait, let me get my questions out. I got my yes and no
Okay,
questions out.
okay.
Are you angry?
No,
Did you feel like you missed something
that I feel like I missed something all those
in
years.
life?
No,
I'm gonna ask a tough question. Some people will answer this question right. Are you glad it happened? And I know that's weird, but I know I've met people that says if that never happened to me, I would never
Mhm.
be. I know
Yeah.
how my life would have been. And I know that's a weird question to ask, but
no,
I
it's,
ask
it,
with
actually it's
honesty.
not. It's not actually a
It's not
weird question.
okay.
It's not a weird
Are
question.
you glad it happened?
I wouldn't say glad because you think of the word glad like
Or
I'm happy,
thankful?
I'm thankful
Grateful,
that it happened.
yeah.
Or grateful?
Grateful.
Let's change it.
I'm
Let's change
grateful
it. Like
that it
change the word. Okay.
And I'm grateful that it happened. And that goes back to what you asked me as far as how did I get through?
I'm not finished.
Okay.
Are you afraid this is going to happen to your son?
Every day.
Hmm.
And it has a lot to do with
I ain't finished.
how I do, why I am.
Do you cry a lot?
No,
Do you cry for him?
I have.
Okay. I think I'm finished.
While you were there, were you able to cry? Like, were you able to be emotional? Did you have moments where you were able? Because you were 16, so I
Mhm.
mean, like, did you have those moments where you had to
I
break down?
didn't grow up in an emotional environment.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
I got locked up March 13th, 1994.
Mm.
My best friend was shot in the head March 13th, 1993.
Okay.
I say that because the environment I grew up in,
Mhm.
death became normal. Um, the neighborhood I grew up in, I could take you to books where people, Nathan McCall, make me want to holler.
Nathan McCall,
Make me
make
want
me
to
want to
holler.
holler.
If you read that book, and he'll say about Landover, Maryland, the worst place that you could ever visit was Landover, Maryland in those times.
Wow.
My neighborhood was a one-way in, one-way out death trap. The police put up a barracks, and even at that time, how they got it, some of the older kids, 'cause I was still younger, how they got it, I have no idea, but they put a grenade in the barracks with the police in it.
Wow.
Hmm.
Whoa.
And then they just shut off one way in to get to my neighborhood.
Wow.
And like I said, it was the norm.
Mhm.
So going inside in a warlike environment, I lived in a warlike environment.
Right. Mhm.
The only difference was when you did get into something, you wasn't safe when you went to sleep.
Were you locked up before? Have you been locked up before?
Yes.
Do you feel like it was inevitable, like with the environment in general, like that it was just bound for you
I
to?
wouldn't say it was inevitable. I would say it was choices.
Okay.
The choices I made.
Okay.
And unlike some people, I had other options.
Okay.
I remember I just did a workshop with someone, and we had to write a poem.
Okay.
And one of the things they basically was I am, but they told you what you had to put in it. So it was like I am from and a color. My answer was I am from concrete with the color of love.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I say that because I might have grew up in the concrete,
Mhm.
but my mother loved me.
Okay.
And she displayed it every day. The only male figure that I really had the only adult male figure that I had in my life was my grandfather. My grandfather loved me.
Mm-hmm.
My grandfather recognized me for who I was at that time.
Mhm.
Now, at that time, he made me not want to be around him because my mom worked all the time, so I'm used to being in the streets. Like if my mom going to work in the morning, I'm in the streets in the morning. She go to bed at night. I'm back out in the streets until the morning.
Right. Mhm. Yeah.
But my grandfather, when I went over there, he always got on me. Always. I
What was his
never.
name? What's his name?
William Newton.
William Newton.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, when I say always, I'm not the oldest. My brother's the oldest. I had to cook. I had to go. I remember I helped learn, help put a porch together,
Mhm.
cut grass. He would come get me, make me get in the trash cans and get cans.
Wow.
And at the
Old school
time,
grandfather.
at the
Yeah.
time, I hated every moment of it. I
Mhm.
hated it,
Yeah.
and I held that against him, and it made me not ever want to go over there.
Okay.
But my grandfather was the type that you didn't question.
Okay.
Mhm.
Like when you say who's the man of the house, you know who the man of the house when you walk in his house.
Yeah.
And he's the type. I remember when I first got locked up, I had to go live with him. My mom didn't want me there, and actually, the courts wouldn't let me stay with my mom.
Okay.
And I remember I got into it with him one time, and this thinking back in life, this is the one thing I really feel sorry for, and I understood. I really understood how sick I was.
Mhm.
I was on house arrest. I still wasn't doing what I was supposed to do. I found out how you break the thing, and they couldn't tell, and I was outside.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
He came downstairs, wanted me to get up, and he was like, "Get up or blase blah." And my mind was like, "I'm not afraid of you. Like, what you can do to me, I could do to you."
Mm. Mm.
And this is a man that truly loved me. And when I got older and went in, no one would believe the things that he said to me, right? I would call home, the average person calls home and all mom say is stay out of trouble. Everybody like, can you please stay out of trouble? It's because, like you said, how did I get through my first 8 years? I'm still on the block. I still was selling stuff
Inside.
I still was smoking weed every day. I still
Inside.
was fighting every day. I was back and forth, lock up. It was fun.
Okay.
Really?
It was a weird fun.
Mhm.
I look at it now and I say weird now because of who I am now. But I
Right.
look back and I'm like, it was a weird fun.
Mhm.
My grandfather was the only one that told me, do what you need to do to survive. He was like, I know people want you to do this, people want you to do that. Survive. Don't let nobody do nothing to you.
Mm.
And then as I got older, I asked him before he passed, like, because I felt some type of way all those years that I got treated like that.
Mhm.
And he told me that out of all my grandchildren and my children, you were the one that if you had it in your mind, you didn't care about the consequence, you was going to do it.
Mm.
I just wanted to direct you in a different way.
Did you get to go to his funeral?
Yes, I was home.
You were
Yes, I
home.
was home.
So you got to lay down.
I was blessed that only my oldest brother, he was not by blood, but we consider him my brother. I grew up with him. Is the only person that passed away while I was.
Wow. So you did get to lay your grandfather to rest.
Yes.
Wow.
He did get to see me change my life.
You got to see all
Nice.
that.
Yes.
Coming home, how did you coming home? Or did you know you was coming home when you was coming home?
Yes. I
You
was in a
knew.
halfway house first.
You was halfway house first.
Mhm.
How
I
long?
was in a halfway house
6
for
months.
2 years.
2 years.
2 years.
Oh, so you knew. And so did you have your mind? Would you change by then, or did you change when you came out?
Both. All right. So I would say it goes back to when I stopped getting in trouble. It goes back to when I stopped getting in trouble. I remember I went on lockup fighting. Now, as a young man, the one person that we always have on our side,
Yeah.
my mother.
Okay. Okay, that's right.
You could kill somebody in front of your mother. Your mother gonna make an excuse for you.
She gonna figure it out. Exactly.
They shouldn't have been bothering my baby.
Right,
girl.
right.
They shouldn't have
I
did
saw
this
what they
and
did.
that.
Yeah, they walked into the night.
Right, right.
You just hold it. You bring it home. That was for dinner.
Yeah. I went on lockup one time and I asked a friend of mine. I was like, "Call my mom and tell her I'm on lockup." He came see me the next day, and he was like, I don't want to tell you what she says. I was like, well, what she say? Like, she coming up here? He said, nah. She said, one thing she said to me was, what he do now, and I'm done. I could sit here and play tough. I cried for 2 days of myself.
Wow. Because that's the only person you really had.
Yeah.
The only person that believed in me was God. And it took me back to conversations that I'd had with older people, especially when I got in. A lot of older people used to tell me, like, you do know that you have the energy, like, read your energy. They're like, you do know you have the energy to stop a lot of the stuff that's going on, but you choose to stay in it. And at that time, 16, 17, 18, 20, 21, I wasn't trying to hear that. Like I said, it was fun. To fight was fun. To sling a knife, it was fun. Blessed that that's one of them things where I said God was walking with me.
Yeah.
Well, carrying me.
Mhm.
Because I remember one time we got into something and, man, I went in my cell. My cell buddy's like, you see that? My shirt was slit clean from here to here.
Wow.
Wow.
Didn't even know it.
Wow.
That wasn't me. That
Wow.
wasn't me to save me.
Wow.
Right.
But
Mm.
at that time, I prayed. When my mom said that, after I stopped crying, I prayed, and I was like, God, just give me a way to change. Help me change.
That was after mom said that.
I was after
Okay.
mom
Did you
said
grow?
that.
Did you grow up Christian?
Like
background family, just traditional
grandparents,
traditional believers.
Grandparents, yeah. My
Okay.
mom. Man,
You ain't got
she ain't gonna watch
I
that.
don't know, Mark. I don't know. People watch that. People watch this.
I mean, but she know the truth, so I'm not gonna lie. My mom didn't do church like that.
Hey, mom, how you doing?
Love my
Hey,
mom to
Mom.
death. My mom didn't do church like that. Her idea of church was sending me and my brother with my grandparents.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I guess you could say that. But I always questioned. Like, I remember the church that we went to. There was two hands coming together in prayer as a big mural.
Mm-hmm.
So my question was, why they gotta be white hands?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And my parents would be like, just believe. I'd be like, no, I mean, really, like, why I gotta be white hands? And, my uncle would, and that's why I say I had a good foundation when I wanted to change.
Uh-huh.
My uncle used to make me read the Black Pages.
Okay.
At a younger age, I knew about the Black Panther Party. I knew about the BLA, which most people don't know, which is the underground version of the Black Panther Party.
Okay.
The dirt that needed to be done was done through
The
them.
BLA.
It's through the BLA.
And what the BLA stand for?
Black Liberation Army.
Okay, I heard about that. Okay.
So I was reading all of that stuff. So then when I was seeing that, it made me question more. How I got to my beliefs is in there. I've read everything. Once I calmed down, I thought becoming Muslim was the answer.
So you were a Muslim. Okay.
I joined Islam.
That ain't got nothing to do with your diet either. That got something to do with your diet.
No, I had stopped before.
Oh, you had stopped before you became Muslim. Okay.
Yeah. Actually, funny thing is, I stopped on a bet.
You stopped on a bet.
Wow.
Yeah, I stopped on a bet because I used to listen. I used to eat. And
Somebody say, "Mom is watching."
Hey, Mom.
See, that whole tone changed. Like,
Yeah.
That's Mom.
No.
Go ahead, now.
Nah,
Go ahead.
my mom. I could talk to my mom about anything.
Cool,
man.
cool.
Anything. But I stopped on the bet. Somebody bet me I couldn't stop for a while,
And you stopped on the bet.
and I stopped and just never went back.
What other religion you tried? Other than
You actually became a part of. That was really it. But I've studied Daoism.
uh-huh.
I've studied I studied everything. Everything.
Uh-huh.
And that's what gave me my sense of beliefs and took me away from being secular
Uh-huh.
and claiming one thing.
Right.
Because at the root of all of it, we're all saying the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So anything after that becomes a cultural way of how to live it.
Mm-hmm.
And if we all understand that, I don't care what you believe, with the exception of I can't even think of right now that there's one God.
Uh-huh.
I don't care what you call him.
So you don't do the dashiki and the oils and
No.
You know,
that-
you
that-
know and stuff.
I can't stand the smell of
Okay. Oh my goodness.
that.
Oh, so you ain't doing all that stuff.
No,
You ain't
no.
doing the crystals and the rocks and all. You're not doing that stuff.
I will.
You
I
would.
do. I
You
do.
do. You
I
will.
used
You
to.
would.
I
Which
used
one?
to. I used to. I will.
Uh-huh.
And I would.
Sage.
Yes.
Okay.
I have done sage.
You've done
I
sage.
have done sage.
Okay.
Prayer.
Prayer.
Um,
Chants.
don't believe in chance.
Yoga.
I just started yoga.
You just started yoga.
Just started yoga.
Wow.
Yeah, but I didn't start yoga for on the spiritual
Yeah,
side.
yeah,
I
okay.
started yoga on health.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah, that's something else.
Okay. 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 Okay.
So, but like I said, it just all of those experiences helped me become who I am. Now, when I came home, the sickness of when I came home,
That's where I was going.
in my mind, I didn't want to be on nobody's paperwork. None. I didn't want to be on parole. I didn't want to be on probation. My mind was, well, come home. And by then, I was completely unemotional.
How old were you?
I came home 33.
You were 33.
I think 33.
And you're 47 now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think 33.
And after 33, you haven't been back in.
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
And just even though I didn't want to be on parole, I just came on parole 2 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah. Well,
For real.
Yep. So if they watching, I got over because I was always out of the state. Anyway.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. Like
Interesting.
2 years ago.
2 years
No
ago.
one
I
ever
never
did.
knew. I never knew that.
Never shared it.
Oh.
Never shared it because it's the one thing about that is me being locked up was never important for me to share with anybody.
right. Yeah.
Because of the image that a person get. One, you could be like, or two, you could be like, damn, what do you do?
Okay.
Right.
But that life might have given me who I am today,
Uh-huh.
but I am not that anymore.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I don't want to be judged off of that.
Or label.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll talk about it in a sense of a lesson
hmm
that yes, I've went through it, I've came out of it,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll talk to some little kids. I won't necessarily tell them, but I'm like, you really don't know that I've been and done way worse than you probably ever thought of.
Mm.
But there is a way out.
But and you don't have nightmares and flashbacks, and when you rest at night.
At times I do have nightmares.
Do you need? Did you go to any counseling?
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
Would you go to any counseling?
I don't. No, not now.
You're not.
Oh,
You're
not
not.
now. You
Are
don't
you
think you need
opposed to it?
No, not opposed to it.
Okay.
Okay.
Not opposed to it. So actually, my counseling is prayer.
Okay.
Prayer is your counseling.
Prayer's been my
Are
counseling.
you against counseling?
No.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
What about your dad? Like, did you grow up with dad at all? Was he in the picture at all, or?
No, my dad wasn't.
Okay.
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 Okay. Is he still around, or?
He's still living.
He's still around. Okay. Okay. Cool. Okay.
Okay.
okay. Does that change how you raise your children, like with him not necessarily being around?
No.
Okay.
And I say that because you can't miss something that you never knew you never had.
Hey,
Yes and no.
you agree with that? Disagree?
I
You
disagree.
Okay. Let's hear it.
More or less just because even though you're not familiar with what you may not have ever had, you know that there is something missing. You know that there are some lessons, some things that you could have learned. You see yourself in them. Like, there's a lot of missing pieces. But I see what you're saying. So to me, I do feel like there is a piece that's missing from dads or moms, whatever absent party is there. Like, there's a piece.
I 100% agree with that. And so everyone knows, I truly believe that every child needs his mother and his father.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Now, what I mean by nothing missing, excuse me, the lessons that I learned from my grandfather
hmm
are the lessons that I probably would have learned from my father.
You wouldn't have, or you
I
would have.
probably would have.
You would have.
I would have.
Okay.
And then nothing against my father because I don't have anything against him.
You're not
Yeah.
angry.
Nothing whatsoever. No,
Okay.
I love him.
Okay.
Every you get older, and you start to you realize that everything has a reason behind it.
Yeah,
As a
absolutely.
child, of course, I never knew the reasoning. I never knew the thought behind it and why things were the way they were. However, when I became an adult,
Yeah.
I didn't feel I had to bite my tongue to no one. So I asked. I've talked to her about my mom.
Mhm.
I've talked to her about my dad. If I hold any regret towards my father, I would have to hold that same regret and that same energy towards my mother
Yes.
Why?
because it was both of them.
Mhm.
Both of them played a role in it.
That's right.
I forgave both. Both of them played a role in it. You know, and being older, I understand that certain things you do in life, there's a trickle down effect,
Mhm.
and sometimes it's the children that may
They suffer.
suffer, but no one is doing it with the intent to make that child suffer. In my case,
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
in my case, like the things that my father didn't do, didn't say, didn't show, he didn't do it intentionally to hurt me. Um, what his intent was, that I couldn't say because I never even asked him what his intent was. Um, the only thing that irks me is when I talk to his side of the family, with the exception of my aunt, is they always want to revisit some of the things that happened back then.
Okay.
And when I tell you I'm past it, that means let it go.
Are you still reconciling with this? Are you still,
No,
you
it's
still
just
rebuttal?
and when I say I'm past it, it's just
You
they
rather
want to
not
point
talk.
they want to point fingers.
Okay.
I mean, with you and your dad and the way you're talking, because the sound the way you're talking is something you're still processing. Are you still reconciling what happened, just in order to communicate it or even articulate it within yourself?
Um, to some degree. To some degree, I do because, or I am because I have a son.
Yeah.
I have sons,
hmm
and my only frame of reference of a father is a missing father. So even my reference to be a man, these are a lot of things I had to figure out on
On
my
your
own.
own.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Um, like I was to go back what I was saying that when I came home, my thought pattern was to do a couple of years, stack some money, go back in, and finish my time in there and come out with no time over my head.
That was the plan.
That was the plan.
Wow.
God plans a whole lot better than we do.
Wow. Yes, it
Mhm.
does.
For sure.
However, the wrinkle in that plan was my wife,
Okay.
Okay.
and my wife slowly became my best friend. Um, I love you. I know she's watching. I love you, and I can apologize for this 1,000 times. She became the brunt of my anger.
She became the brunt of your anger.
Yes,
Help me
she was the
understand.
closest person to me.
Uh-huh. That's
Ah.
how it is. That's how it is.
She was the closest person to me. So when unfamiliar emotions came up, it came out
Wow.
on her.
Ah,
Mhm.
yeah.
hmm And I'm not by far, so I don't know about thing. I've never touched a woman.
Right.
That's one thing my mom didn't play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I've had a woman spit on me and I ain't do nothing.
Right.
I wanted to, but all I was thinking about, yeah, that butt whipping my mother gonna give me. um, but because I came home very militant,
I remember you being
and
distant. I remember seeing you in the
yes,
living room, and then you just was just there.
I didn't,
Just
I didn't, I didn't do connections very
you
well.
didn't do connections
Because
well.
it's almost like you're coming back into a system that you've been isolated from.
Right.
You've
Well,
been alone,
well,
right?
I came into a family that was loving.
But I mean, you have been not with family
Right.
all those years, not
Mhm.
with the closeness and all of those things for so many years. Coming back to familiar people is like weird. It's standoffish. I would
Yeah.
imagine it would
Oh,
be a minute.
I was very
Yeah.
standoffish. But it also had to do with too that
And what was the
the,
connection? How
the,
did you get with Mary? What was I forgot the connection. And I married these two, by the way, y'all. So I married these two, by the way, but I forgot the connection. It was it's been years.
the connection, how we met me.
Yeah.
Now, I'll leave it at this because I don't know if she might put this out there. Let's just say
Yeah.
we both have a brother and a sister.
Okay, got it. Okay, thank you. Okay, got it. Okay, yeah. That's right. I got it. All come back to me. All right, cool.
All right.
All right, there we go. All right, cool. Go for it.
Yeah. So and thankfully she never gave up on me.
Mm.
Um,
Did y'all need to go marriage counseling? Did y'all need to? Y'all worked out amongst yourselves.
we worked out amongst ourselves.
Okay.
I loved her, and the one thing I couldn't stand is to see her cry.
Okay.
Or love her, and the one thing I can't
Can't
stand
stand
is
is
to see her cry.
Right.
And to know that my actions or the way I say certain things was the reason made me look deeper inside myself.
Right.
Whereas intellectually, I could say that, yeah, I can argue with the best of them. But the one thing that people don't realize about people that's in prison, the minute that we go in, we're emotionally that same age when we come out.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
That's good.
It's a lack of experience.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Your emotions only grow
It's like it stops right there. Yeah.
through the experiences that you have.
Mm.
So in theory, I knew love, but I didn't really know what love felt like,
Mm.
other than my mom, my family. Like
Yeah.
my family has always been tight knit, but at a younger age, I didn't see. Well, my mom kept certain things from us. So as a child, I would look at like when we don't have lights, when we don't have food, but my cousins do. My grandfather and them always got food. Why ain't nobody helping us?
Mm-hmm.
And as a child, I held resentment towards them for that.
So the same. So you were saying that you went in at 17,
16.
16. You wherever you were emotionally, you were at that same place when you came home.
Same place.
You loved through that emotion. You cared through that emotion. You lived through those same emotions. Coming home.
Coming home. And you also gotta understand, like, I've read a lot.
Okay.
I've read a lot. So in militant, one of the things
That's what I
that
was
was
gonna say
taught
to you.
with militant
Yeah.
is intellect. What's the saying we used to have? Intellect over emotions.
Okay.
I mastered it.
Mhm.
Like to the point
Master
where
or mask?
I mastered it.
Master.
Mastered.
Okay.
Meaning that something negative could happen right there in front of me where you may feel a certain way.
Mhm.
Let's just be, somebody can get stabbed right there. The natural emotion should be empathy.
Mhm.
Whereas for me at that time was, oh well, and keep it moving.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas emotionally, I had completely
Blocked.
because it wasn't a place for it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay.
I wasn't in an
Okay.
environment to express it.
Right.
So you suppress it.
Got it.
Not that it wasn't there anymore, you suppress it.
Was it not like that at 16 before you went in? Or had you already not start blocking out at that time?
To a degree, yeah. To a degree because of the environment that I was in.
Yeah.
Seeing some of the things I've seen.
Yeah.
Yes, but when I was younger, no matter how bad I got or how negative I got, I always cared.
Okay.
I was the type of child that
So
I was
you was
never
a
a
caring.
bully.
You was a caring gangster.
Carrying
I
thug.
wasn't a gangster though.
Carrying thug.
I wasn't a
Baby, don't
gangster.
take that. Baby, go get your life together.
No, I mean
Give
it's
me
like
$10.
Yeah.
I will become the friend of the kid that gets bullied.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. You were never a bully.
Okay.
Okay.
I hated that. I hated when I still don't like when someone feels they strong and they pick on someone weaker. That's a trigger.
That's a trigger.
That's a trigger. That's an emotional trigger for me. I don't like
Did that
at all.
happen to you?
Hmm?
Did
No.
that happen to you? Where
The
did
only
that passion
person-
come from?
Only person, probably because of my brother. I never want to fight against my brother.
There's only one, your brother, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Okay.
my oldest brother, at a certain age, like my oldest brother at certain times was my father.
Okay. Yeah.
But around 12, 13,
Mhm.
I began to rebel, and we fought a whole lot more.
He's a big guy, though.
Yeah.
Way bigger.
Way bigger.
Yeah.
And that's why I said going into
Like
prison.
like NFL big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
I would give him 340, and I'd probably be nice.
Right.
And I might be a little heavier now, but back then I was
Yeah.
120.
Right. Okay. 120.
No, literally, like literally. I'll show you some pictures. You be like, oh yeah.
Wow.
So fighting him every day, or just about every day, made me not afraid
Okay,
to fight anybody.
okay,
Okay.
gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm getting punched in the face by this.
Yeah,
Like, what you like? You my size? Oh, I'm about to.
Take
yeah,
you
yeah,
out.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
yeah.
not. So that fear wasn't a part of it,
Got it.
and that's what gave me the energy to survive.
Okay.
And even growing up and talking to my brother, because of some of the places we lived,
Uh-huh.
my brother told me, and he told me this when I was inside, that he wanted to make me not be afraid of anything that he was afraid of.
Mm.
So that's why he used to make me go outside, fight people his
Okay,
age.
okay,
Okay.
okay, okay.
Um, he wanted me to have absolutely no fear
Okay.
whatsoever.
Mm.
And it backfired.
Mm-hmm.
It backfired because I had no fear of carrying a gun.
Okay.
I had no fear of shooting somebody.
Right.
I wasn't the type that the gun was my first choice.
Yeah.
It's that we could fight, you could win, and I'm willing to walk away.
Mhm.
But the mention that as soon as you mention, like for me going inside, the only reason I did what I did is because he went around and started telling people, when I say him, I'm gonna kill him.
Oh.
And it got back to me, and to me it was like, yeah, you really don't know who you're dealing with. Because you living, to me, I was like, you living over here in this good neighborhood, you trying to be something you're not. I didn't pay him too much attention. And this is one thing that parents teach your kids.
Take your time, Doc.
Teach your kids the patience, understanding, and emotions, because I didn't get the person I intended to get. And this is a lesson of keeping your kids away from
Listen, everybody.
certain environments and certain people. And that's why I say it bothers me with my son. I didn't go to school that often, but I went to school that day. And I'll tell you this, that God gave me 4 outs to leave school that day. 4 outs, I ignored every single one.
Wow.
I was 16, I was already a dad.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh. Wow.
I was already a dad. I had different females that day that wanted me to leave. Like, come on, let's go there. Let's leave. I mean, at the time, you know what that meant.
Right, yeah.
I was so stuck on catching this person that I wouldn't leave. There's no other time that I ever went to school that I wouldn't have left. But I was so stuck on that, and that's why I say God gave me out. The last out was my son's mother went to the school that I went to. I think we had like 7 or 8 periods. All I know is before the last period, my son's mother came, gave me a hug, and realized what I had on me, and she went off. Like, literally went off. Like, what are you doing? Like, I know it is. Let's leave right now.
So this was your intent.
This was my intent.
Okay.
Because, like I said, I wasn't coming to school. No, I wasn't really want to come to school. But every day,
Got it.
somebody
It
coming
feeding,
home.
feeding your mind. Okay,
In
okay.
the
Got
beginning,
you.
I was
Got
like,
you.
in the
Okay.
beginning, I was like, dude, like, you know, of all people, you talking, and you know, like, me and him was cool at one point in time. Like,
Wow.
you know the other side of me. You've seen the other side of me. Like, why are you still talking? So in the beginning, I was ignoring it, but over time, it was just kept getting to me, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna come home, and then I'm gonna go to school, because they was like 2 days before it happened. They was like, yeah, he came around here looking for you.
Oh.
I'm like, what? Like, I'm like, all right, okay. And so I went to school.
You okay telling the story?
Yeah, I'm okay telling the story, especially if it can lead to someone not making the same mistakes.
Yeah.
Or a parent being careful of the people that's around. Because
And we can't get in no trouble from this, right? There's not.
No,
we
my case-
clear.
my
I know.
case
I'm
is
just.
closed.
I'm just making sure. I gotta
Yeah.
make sure we on live. We
No,
doing everything. Yeah.
My case is closed. Everything is already documented. I done already served the time and everything.
Okay. Go ahead.
If it wasn't, I wouldn't say it.
Yeah.
I learned
Yeah,
it wrong.
that's
That's one of the things I studied too. So like I said, at the end of school day, she was like, don't.
This is your girlfriend.
Yeah, she was
Baby
like,
mom.
don't.
Yeah.
She was like,
Kids
don't
mom.
do it. I know they trying to get you involved. Don't do it. I laughed it off like, oh, I'm not. And parents understand that I was that kid that all parents loved.
Meaning?
Please hang around him.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Parents would be like, I know you good if you hang around him.
So it was two sides to you.
Yes, my environment and my upbringing.
They didn't match. They wasn't the same.
Not at all.
Hmm.
I grew up in love.
Love and home.
Love. I grew up in love. Like, I grew up in a big family love. I might not have seen the love then because everybody was agreeing with what I was doing,
Mm-hmm.
but I grew up in love, meaning
Hmm.
that my grandmother, who I swore didn't like me, but my grandfather, my aunts,
So what
excuse
is
me if I
love
get this
then?
wrong, but I think it was like 8 aunts and uncles, or 7, 8 aunts and uncles.
So you grew up in a loving environment.
And my mom. I grew up in love. That's what I meant by I'm from the concrete with the smell of love.
Okay. You
So
said that.
what? So I just got a quick question. So with the love, like what? How would you describe? So love, like you knew that they cared. Love, like because I heard you say that you guys weren't really like emotionally attached
Mhm.
to each other. So it wasn't like
Well, no,
cradling. It wasn't
we-
like that kind of. What was?
what I mean by I grew up in love, and even though I was like that,
Mhm.
is that was a figment of my own imagination or my own feelings because how we grew up.
Okay. Okay.
So by only having a mother that, of course, I'm always 1,000% when it takes my mom's side.
Yeah.
And when I see my mom struggle, I'm pointing fingers.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay.
Like,
Mhm.
how you
Yeah,
smiling?
Yeah. We struggling.
How
Yeah,
you
yeah.
smiling?
Mhm.
And my
Got it.
mom don't know that that
Right.
I know that she's crying behind this door.
Right.
So I'm lashing out,
Yeah.
but I'm lashing out with a child's understanding
Right.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
because my mom might have been behind that door crying,
Mm-hmm.
but she's not telling anybody what's going on,
Right.
Right.
and I don't know that.
Mm-hmm.
My brother don't know that,
Mm-hmm.
and what my brother is, love my brother to death, but my brother had me in the streets when I was 10, 11 years old.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. All right. So yeah, we got the pictures been
Yeah.
painted.
So you know what I mean.
Yeah, we got the pictures.
So
Yes,
you
sir.
know, so like I said, grew up in that love, but when going back to that, and then like I said, be Larry. I knew how to play both sides.
You know,
Right, yeah.
that's where And so with that being said, you know how to play both sides. Do you know when you see it?
Yes.
You know when you see it, like in a minister, in a politician, in a coach,
Mm-hmm.
in someone you like, hey, that guy,
And in a
do,
child.
and in a child.
And in the child. One of my
Interesting.
One of my sons.
Interesting.
One of my sons, and I'll make sure he sees this because I'm talking to him. Is me.
Okay.
Not my biological son.
Right.
But he is my son.
One of his you.
Is me. He can play both sides perfectly. And it's scary. Very scary. Because I would cry, literally, if something happened to him.
Wow.
And so he know who I'm talking to. I even allowed him to move into my house. Because I saw me in him.
How do you teach a man to navigate the two? Or should a man navigate the two? Or should the man just, you know what I'm saying? Because, all of us got that.
We both, everybody
All of
has
us got
both
that. So how do you
sides.
teach that person? How do you teach them to navigate the one? Or do you teach them to, hey, there's a part of your life that you're going to have to pretty much overcome and adopt a more polished life just for the sake of the community and the fact that you're going to live in this world with somebody. You're going to need somebody's help. You need somebody's. How do you handle this? How do you teach the person?
How do you teach a man or how you teach a child?
a child, because when you said you recognize it in a child,
Mhm.
how do you teach that child? Like, I see both sides. This is what you should do. This is what you shouldn't do. Or what do you say to them? How do you guide them?
Well, it's the conversations.
And a lot of them in
One,
football, and this is
yes.
part of your camp too, right?
Mhm.
Which is where I'm going next. We're going to lead this right into the camp.
So it's the conversations that you have with them. The first and foremost is like, and he calls me dad.
You go, okay.
The first is you have to let him know that you identify with him, that you know what he's going through, that I'm talking to you, but I'm not judging you. That it's okay that you feel this way. It's okay that you went through that, but this doesn't have to be you. I understand that you're going to look at both sides. But when you make that decision that you don't want it, and I pray that that decision come before it's a consequence, I'm here for you. I'm here for you when you're not making that decision. Even if I'm not physically there every day anymore because it's a decision you want to make,
Right.
the moment something goes on, I'm here for you. 1000%.
So your answer is to be there.
To be there. To be there and to let them know that they are loved beyond their parent.
Beyond it.
And they're loved just because of who you are.
What do you mean? Help me. What do you mean? Just because of who they are?
Yeah.
Period. They're
Period.
loved.
Just because of who
Are
you
we
are.
accepting this?
No.
We're not accepting this.
Not accepting it. Let them know we're not accepting it.
But we do understand it.
But we do understand.
Am I correct?
Correct.
Okay.
I understand what you're going through. I understand what you want to do. I understand what you're thinking. I understand the thought process of what you're trying to get to. I understand the life that you live in. I understand the life that you are indulging in. I understand what you're aspiring to be. And I understand who you are in your core.
Do they got to work? So are you giving it? Does that kind of you guys got something to say?
Go ahead.
Does that type of counseling give them space to sort of become different? What are you doing? Giving them space, letting them know that somebody's watching them. What are you doing?
So when someone,
but in the child's life,
yes.
man.
So when you have someone that's trying to
Both
balance,
dichotomies. That's right.
The worst thing you can do is to try to force them.
Why?
They're going to rebel.
Okay.
They're going to rebel and no longer listen to you.
Mm-hmm.
You give them stern of what it should be,
mm-hmm.
but you have to give them a freedom to think. If I went at him, like I remember one time, he got into something. His mother was like, "You should whoop him," and I had to break it down to her why I would never put my hands on him. Mm-hmm. And it goes to when I say we were so much alike. I remember. Sorry, Mom. I'm gonna let you know this. I remember when my mom had a boyfriend, right? And only my brother stopped me. I felt that my mom had chose him over me, him over me. Not understanding that my mom was just fed up, right?
With you.
I told my brother, excuse me, y'all, like my mind was off.
Yeah, go ahead.
I told my brother that I'm gonna give her a surprise. I'm gonna kill him, hang him over the balcony, and let her see him.
That was your state of mind.
That was my state of mind.
As a teenager.
As a 15-year-old child.
Because just because you thought she chose. Then is
when I realized my brother was like, yeah, dude, something ain't right.
Yeah, just because you thought she chose him over you.
Yep.
But in turn, your brother had kind of instilled that mindset, right?
Correct.
From the childhood. But you almost went too far for him because he's like, hold on, wait.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on, wait.
Time
out.
You need to come work with me.
Hold on. But just because you are street, that doesn't mean that you have the inability to reason.
Not if it's been instilled from a child to hurt someone and to do this and to when
not
it's
if,
been.
not
but you still can reason, though, right?
No.
Yes,
you absolutely.
I mean, it's
you
hard.
can reason.
I would say
you can reason, but you only reason with the resources that you have.
Exactly. So if you've been taught that this is the way we wake up in the morning and get our stuff ready for school, but someone else is taught when we see somebody, we see this, get your weapon, get your this. This is how you do it. There's no other, especially if you're, and it sounds like the environment, it wasn't like a lot of maybe positive people around you to really, and then you had this hostility a little bit with your grandfather, right? to a certain extent.
Father.
Grandfather.
Right.
Well,
Grandfather.
I
Was
would,
it
like I said,
grandfather?
I guess you could say hostility at the time,
It wasn't
but
like it wasn't like a great like,
right,
hey pop, hey,
yeah. No, I would say that.
yeah,
I would say that I was afraid of him.
right.
Like,
But so the relationship
so,
wasn't
right.
the
Okay.
best.
Okay.
Yes.
So if you're not getting it from anywhere else, all you know is to kill, to hurt, and this is the person that has only really showed you love, your mom. So you have to defend her, and to a certain extent.
Yeah.
So it's like
This was
that's
some
all you
things.
see.
It was some
So
things
what's your
about.
state
It was
of
the things.
mind?
There's
It
no
was some things
reasoning
about
there.
him. Like,
That
it was
is
some
the
things
reason.
about her boyfriend that I didn't like.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Oh, there were some things about him you didn't like.
yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Now
I
that
did-
makes sense.
yeah,
All right.
there
Got
was some things
all
about
right.
him
All
that I
right.
didn't
All
like.
right.
But there
all
are
right.
people that, regardless if it was something you didn't like, it's almost like a jealousy thing because
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
am the
that's
man
what
in
I was.
your.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
But there were some things
absolutely.
about him you didn't like.
Yeah, but no, it was a jealousy thing too. You got to understand that in life, like other than my brother, my mother was all I had.
Yeah.
Right.
Like all I had. Like even when we grew up struggling, my mom did her best to make sure we didn't know we were struggling.
You still a mama's boy now?
No, I'm not a mama's boy.
Okay.
I'm
All
not a
right.
mama. I love my mother, but
You're
not
not a mama's boy. Okay. You were a mama's boy then. You consider yourself that. You don't even consider yourself that.
I don't consider myself a mama's
Okay.
boy.
All right.
I wasn't the type to go up under mom and all that. But I knew 1,000% that my mom loved me.
Okay.
That 1,000% that my mom had my back. That anybody, if I needed to go to him, I could go to my mom.
Okay. Yeah.
I knew that, but I was never like the type to just lay up under my mom this,
But
mom
in
that.
but in having your boyfriend, you felt like part of that you were being robbed of something. Well, you just didn't. Some things you just didn't.
It wasn't necessarily being robbed or something. When my mind came to that, it's some things I knew about him.
Okay. So there was some reasoning. There was
Yeah.
some reasoning.
So there were some things that I knew about him that I disagreed with.
Okay. You want to just
And-
you just want to
And
surprise somebody.
one thing led.
I'll take care of this.
Just going to surprise. You just want to surprise somebody. Okay. That's reasoning.
Yeah, and
I thought what
it
you
didn't
meant
come
by
out of
reasoning
nowhere.
was like
See,
that there was something else that
but it wasn't.
could have shifted him into a more of a positive.
No, I'm like just because the way it was explained was just because I got her, she had this.
Oh no! All right, so let me break it down like this.
Okay,
No,
but you did though.
All right, but break it down like this. Me and him had got into it. We was about to fight.
More reasoning.
We got into it. This is what came about.
More reasoning.
This is what came about.
Okay,
Me and him got into
we
it.
know about the surprise.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now we had got into it. We was about to fight. My mother got in the middle and told me to get out.
More reason. Okay.
So that's where
all right.
that's where you chose him
we
over
got
me.
it. We got it. Okay.
All right.
Okay. So let's get to these children.
Mhm.
So you the man that you are because of what you went through. Am I correct?
Correct.
We're not gonna say that you're glad you went through it, but you are grateful.
Grateful.
Any regrets before we move forward?
No.
Okay. So now let's get into the youth
and
program.
grateful that mom even kind of gave you that I'm not coming, because that is what shifted you ultimately into the change, the shift. Okay.
So we're gonna get to the kids. I got one question that's gonna bend us into this. Did you know? We good on our time?
No, we good.
Okay. So did you know? We're gonna try about 21 minutes is good? Something like that?
Up to you.
You good? All right. You got to?
Oh yeah. I'm fine.
So when did you know? You said when you came home you was like kind of militant. Like, all right, Muriel will help you.
Mhm.
That's your wife, my cousin. Hey, Muriel, she helped you. All right. When did you begin to sort of let that guard down to allow yourself to be loved? When did you? Was that a moment? Where there's a moment she cried? Where there's a Christmas? Well, I know you don't celebrate, but when there's a Christmas or Thanksgiving or a birthday, was there a day you was looking
Significant
or
event
a
that
significant
marked
event? Did the sun rise one day
No.
or the
Gradual.
snow was falling? And
Just
you like,
gradual.
it was
Just
gradual. But did you know when you were whole, or if not whole, healed?
I would say the moment that I became more into looking for other ways is when my daughter.
That will do it.
In my mind, I was still doing things, but in my mind, because of where I grew up, I figured my son would always be all right.
That will Oh my God.
When my daughter was born, it changed everything for me.
Mm.
That
And that's
will
almost bring like a tear to my
that
eye
will do it for a man.
yes.
That will do it for a man. There is them Negroes gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Just something about
Your
that baby
daughter.
girl that will just do it.
So tell us about that.
My
Like,
goodness.
was it imagining someone possibly reacting to her in that way? Like the response in that way? Like, what exactly pushed it over the
it
edge
was
with the baby girl?
it was a multiple it
Take
was
your time. Take
multiple
your time.
it was multiple things. I learned a lot, negative and positive, through my brother and his interaction with his daughters.
Okay.
Disagree with a lot.
Mhm.
Kept quiet on it because I would talk to my nieces, but shared my experience with my nieces. But I left my brother with alone at the time, and I would say it now, but at the time I did because, like I said, my brother was my brother, my older brother, but he was my father too.
Yeah.
Mm.
So it was a level of respect as in big bro, but it was also a level of respect as in dad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because my mom worked a lot, and it was a lot of times it was just me and him.
Yeah.
With my daughter, one of the biggest things is, do I want her to be with a man like me?
Mm.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah.
And at that time, I looked at everything about me,
Yeah.
and it wasn't yes.
Right.
So therefore, I truly believe that a woman looks towards what she sees in her father.
Mhm.
So if I don't want her to be like me, then why am I like the way I
Yeah.
am?
Right. Yeah.
Or to be with somebody like me, then
Yeah.
why
Yeah.
am I like the way I am?
Yeah.
And then it became her and my son.
Uh-huh.
Because my wife would say, you have to watch what you say and you do around them
Yeah.
because they follow you.
Mhm.
And I started witnessing it. The way that I talk, my mannerism,
Yeah.
Mm.
like my my 15-year-old has it.
Okay.
And even my older son, um, I wanted him to be a certain way. The one thing is like, which is, I'm talking Kenyon right now. I seen things in him that I couldn't possibly even understand.
Wow.
Like the love, family that I seen in him,
Mhm.
the talent. Like I had talents, but going in there
Right.
kind of took my concentration away. Like I used to could draw anything I see,
Wow.
Mm.
people,
Wow.
pictures. I just lost the concentration it takes to do that, or the patience it takes to do that.
Yeah.
Like both of my children, both of my sons, Kenyon and Imani, I don't have to be taught hand in hand. I can watch something and I can do it.
Okay.
Both of them are just like that.
Yeah.
And I started, thinking, do I want them to have my attitude? And when the answer is no, there's only one person that can change
Come on.
it. And for me, no, I don't do therapy. And I'll tell everybody the reason I don't do therapy is because I believe that through God we can heal anything.
Mhm.
Pray for it and then action. See, for me, people will pray and just leave it up to God. You have to pray and then actively go after what you want, and God will open doors. Um, I had, I have what I consider a very a gift. Like I can, like I say, if I go to church and pastor speaking, I can see an aura around you.
Okay.
I concentrate long enough, I can see an aura around people. And being in there, I saw it and I knew who to stay away from.
Okay.
Mm.
and who to be okay with.
Mhm.
Like when we first came in, why I said I would do anything for him.
Mhm.
And I'm pretty sure, just like everybody, he has people to talk bad about him and things like that.
Yeah.
But his heart, I don't care what nobody say, and I will argue, and I'm great at arguing. I will argue up and down on the basis of his heart.
Wow.
You know, he asked me, so like I say, he asked me, you know, he understand like why I would come.
Mhm.
Why I come is him.
Wow.
I've been to other churches.
Yeah.
You know, I've debated pastors.
Some well-known pastors, y'all.
Yes. I've been kicked out of churches for debating because they couldn't tell me I was wrong.
Mm.
I've never went into anything that he's heard, that he said, walked away like I can't get with that.
Right.
I might disagree with one little semantic word.
Right.
But there had never been a lesson that this man has taught that I could say I don't agree with. I wholeheartedly respect him. I love him.
Wow.
I love it,
Like, you know, so I might be sticking my foot in my mouth, like I said.
Mhm.
Anything that I could do for him, I would.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Because I know where he's coming from.
Yeah.
I've seen his energy. I felt his energy.
Yeah.
And it's nothing but peace.
Wow.
Nothing but peace.
Yes.
And it's beyond me or him.
Mm.
I believe that he is. For people that don't understand and don't know, he is that gift from God
Yeah.
for to deliver a message for us. And whether he want to say it or not, he has a whole lot more than he's letting be known
That's
at this
right.
moment.
Come on.
You know, one of the things I learned through studies through Islam is that they say you can't feed a baby steak.
Mm.
Mm.
So some of the things he say, I laugh to myself and I be like, baby food,
Yeah.
because he's saying it in baby food. And sometimes nothing against praising whatsoever.
Yeah.
Sometimes go back and just listen to what he's saying.
Mhm.
We can say all the hallelujahs. We can say all, no matter what we want to say, the amens.
Yeah.
Listen to what he was saying. I'll give you one even further. Listen to what his wife was saying this weekend.
Mm.
Mhm.
Forget the praise and all that.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah.
Understanding that the path to God, for me,
Mhm.
I say I'm perfect, right?
Mhm.
And people will argue and be like, there's no such thing as perfect.
Yeah.
I disagree.
Mm.
I believe the perfect is every day trying to grow.
Mm.
God didn't put anything on this earth complete.
Yes.
So then that definition of complete and can't get better doesn't exist.
Mm.
So the only way that you can be perfect is to continuously grow.
Yeah.
God put us
Love
in
that.
here. God put us on this earth every day to get closer to him every day.
Yeah.
I'm going to fall. I'm going to make mistakes. I'm going to intentionally do things that I know I shouldn't.
Yeah. For real.
And is getting back up is having that conversation with God.
Yes.
I believe my wife was sent by God
Mhm.
to
Amen.
me.
Amen.
Yeah.
You know, regardless of anything, I truly believe she is the perfect person for me.
Yeah. Mm.
She is the calm of my storm.
Oh, that's right.
Like I met her, I had so much rage.
Mm.
So much rage. Even to the point where I used to get angry that I felt my rage leaving, and it was because of her.
Wow.
Oh, you felt it leaving.
I felt it leaving.
Wow.
It was
Mm.
because of her.
Wow.
With my mother-in-law,
Mhm.
Yeah.
my second mom,
Yeah.
she is love.
Yes.
She is the epitome of love.
Mm.
I remember when before I met her, my brother was like, "Don't go around her because she can read you." Right? I was like, "Dude, you really don't know who I become. Like I can change. I give you the energy I want you
Yeah,
to
yeah,
have."
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
She broke that down.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Not that she read me.
Mhm.
Mm.
She made it where I don't even have to feel like being anybody
Right.
other than
Wow.
myself.
Yes.
And that's what I say where you say standoffish
Yeah.
because I felt certain things. Her sister.
Mhm.
Her sister is the sister I never had.
Yeah.
The sister I wish I had.
Mm.
Wow.
And that's what I mean by like love. Like that's making me tear up a little.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But that's what I mean by I love that God never makes a mistake.
Yes.
So therefore, He didn't put me around people where they were going to tempt me to be who I was.
Good.
He put me around people that's going to bring out the best in me.
Wow.
And the best in me doesn't mean to be a millionaire, doesn't mean to do this or do that. The best in me is He brought my heart back out.
Good.
Wow.
And that's what I needed more than anything because I was so emotionally detached.
I get it.
Wow.
I get it. And family has become a part of your salvation.
Yes.
It's a part of your salvation.
Mhm.
And extending this into the camp, to your business.
Mhm.
How were you able to? How are you? And it sounds easy in one thing, but I do know people that I want to preface this. I know people that knows how to bottle that up, but don't know how to share it.
Mm-hmm.
Like they got so much, and they feel like if they share it, I know people that like this. They feel like part of them is leaving because when you do give, a part of you is drained, and you can feel like I've been through so much in life that I just need I kind of deserve this. Like, you know what I'm saying? You've been through so much in life. You say, God, you gave me a break. I deserve all this love. I don't know what to say, but Lord, I thank you. But then you have to turn around and say, okay, I have to now be the conduit
Yeah.
to another family, to
Mhm.
a stranger,
Mm-hmm.
to a group of children.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you now, I mean, big ups to you. But this is one disrespectful generation. This is a generation that's disrespectful. I'm like, oh my God, man. I'm trying to help you.
Yeah.
And they come back, and so now you have to combat this, you have to deal with this, and you've taken this on voluntarily. And so, how many children have you actually, I guess, been a part of your program? Can you number the amount of children? Can you? Oh, let's just do this. Are you over 100?
Yes.
To God be glory.
I'm gonna say this again, y'all. Listen, 17 years in, home, life change, married, has now a program to help out. Who has? Well, I guess we
Hundreds.
over 100.
Hundreds.
And we starting from scratch. Come
And we
come to
started
dirt,
from
come to Dirt Mob. We starting from scratch. Mentoring. We're trying to. We're starting with
go ahead,
sports.
go ahead,
We're starting,
go ahead, go ahead,
starting with
go ahead.
sports.
Let's have you go ahead,
Yeah.
go for it.
Starting with sports because sports for most parents and for most kids, everyone wants their child to be the next whoever.
Yeah, Ray Laws,
However, you implement that with principles.
Deion Sanders, Shador.
Mm.
Yes. It's a whole other conversation.
Yeah. Go ahead, sir.
But we want to, when we get fully running, we want to be life changing. What parents don't understand is we could say all we want about sports. My son's very good at sports.
Yeah.
However, 1% make it.
1% make it. You're right. No, you're right. You know, you're right. You're right. You know what I did with my sons one day? I took 100 pennies
Mm.
and put it on the table. And I said, 2% of all the people that go to college make it to the pros. I said, what's 2%? They looking, just to put it in perspective, and I moved 2 pennies.
Mm.
I said, what are y'all willing to do?
Wow.
They took them 98 pennies and went to the store. But go for it, sir. You're right. 1%. That's right.
And as parents, what we have to come to, and no place is the best place. Every place that you go to, as far as dealing with youth in Baltimore City, Baltimore County, is going to have issues.
So no place is the best place.
No place is the best place.
It's interesting.
They're not going to answer every question that you have or check off everything that you want them to check
So
off.
there were no organization that'll check off every box.
No.
None.
You have some family organizations that's very good at family, not good at sports.
Yeah, and there's some people good
You have
sports
some
not
good
good.
at sports, horrible at coming together.
Mm.
You have some that are okay in sports, but it's bickering all day long.
So none is perfect.
None is perfect. And I'm not going to sit here and say that we're going to answer every.
So what should that mom and dad look for in an organization? If they're looking, what should they look for? Because this is your
Growth.
second, right?
Growth.
What is that? Please break this down.
Growth. If
Talk
you
to the
want them,
parents now.
if you want them to play sports, you want to put them somewhere where they're going to grow in sports.
That's your screen down.
If you want to put them in sports, you want to put them where they're going to grow as young men and young women. If you put them in sports, you want to put them in somewhere that they actually care about what they're doing in school. Because what we're not understanding is Johnny, Joe, whoever it may be, that come high school, he has to uphold a certain grade point average. Come high school, he has to uphold a certain standard. Come college, it gets even worse, or it gets even it gets a little bit harder. It gets
Yeah.
a little bit. It gets a little bit harder.
Yeah.
You want to put your kids somewhere where they're going to grow and understand that it's a complete grind. Like I'll say this thing, and this is all thanks to my former partner. Like the kids that we had that the last year in my old organization, through him, out of 36 kids, I believe he made sure 20 of them got into private school.
Mm.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. Like, and you know what I mean? People will try to talk bad about him,
Mm-hmm.
but the one thing you can't say is he didn't care about kids.
Mm-hmm.
He might have had ways of showing it,
But he did care.
but he did. I will contest to that 100%. Meaning that if your child was somewhere he didn't belong,
Right.
and you called him 2:00 in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
he would go get your child.
Wow.
Okay. Okay.
You know,
Okay.
so I learned a lot from him.
Yeah.
And that's why I say every experience that I've had has taught me a lot. I don't go into everything ever thinking that I know everything.
Yeah.
I utilize what I can learn from the people around me,
Mm-hmm.
because we all have different experiences that brings us to different enlightenment.
Yeah.
And if I can learn from your experience, I don't have to go through it.
Yeah.
Right, that's right.
True.
That's right. That's right.
That's what it's there for.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's
For
right.
sure.
And that's what
That's
we
right.
want to put our kids around, our children around, some experiences that,
Take that one if you want.
so that they won't have to go through certain experiences.
Mm.
We can't be the parent that only care about winning,
Right.
because I'll be honest with you. That championship trophy is only $7.
Come on.
The medals that they get for that are only $3.
Yes.
Some of them 75 cents.
Yeah. That's right.
So what are we actually putting our kids in to do?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, I went and bought our kids rings.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody wanted rings. And rings is only $2 a piece. $2.50 a piece.
Oh wow.
Give me one.
I can
Jeez.
I think we need that smack. You can have it. Yeah, you know.
Right.
So we can't get caught up
That's why you don't get caught up in it.
on the winning. No, because I did all of that. I played sports. I did all that, and I understand that you need more.
Mm-hmm.
Like we at a point now where we need community.
Right. For sure.
We might not
do.
study and do all the same things, but we need community.
So are you okay? I heard you say that the young. What should a parent look for? And you said the growth as a kid. The kid has to grow.
Yes.
They have to grow academically, and they have to grow in the sport.
Mm-hmm.
Are they on the same trajectory, or are you placing one above the other? How are you? Because again, we're talking to the parent that said, "Hey, what should I look for in a program? You know, if I'm about to take my child to a program,
But
what
see,
should I look for?"
you got some parents that'll be like, my children don't need help academically. Right? But then you find out they failing in this class. They failing in that class.
Okay, okay.
But what you should look for is this. One is the comfortable. Where's your child comfortable? Believe what people don't understand about children is they read our energy better than adults.
Wait, okay. In sports, where they come to sport, where they come to
no, the company of the people around.
With the people around.
The
Okay,
people
all right, that company.
Yeah. So
That
listen,
company-
if your child is telling you something's up with that person,
Most likely.
something's up with that person.
You talking about the coaching now and
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the staff.
Yeah, because coaching, you're still a person.
Okay.
You're still a person. And most of these, I understand is that, for far as I know, everyone's volunteers.
Yeah. Normally.
Okay, well, that's fine.
So-
Everybody's that's right.
Yeah,
Okay.
as far as I know, everyone's volunteers. So you don't know what they know. You have a lot of Madden coaches.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
just play
They
games,
play-
video
they
games.
play
Yeah,
Madden. They did Madden work.
Mastered Madden.
Madden work.
Like, we had one
Madden
kid.
resume.
We had one kid one time that literally the plays in there running. He was like, Those are all Madden plays.
It worked.
So listen, so okay, so I have to be non-serious but serious,
Mhm,
but I have to poke the bear.
mhm.
What do we do with the kid as a mom? I mean, cannot play sports, and his mom has paid $500, and
Mm.
they get him all the equipment, all the nice shoes. He got, I mean, he looked like Deion Sanders in '89, Doc. He got everything on, but the kid can't play.
Well,
I'm bringing him to Jay's camp.
that's
Dad, what we doing with that kid? What are we doing with that
that's
kid? I have to know. 'Cause
that's
I
where
got
the
a son like
patience
that.
that's where the patience come in, because the starter team in youth football could easily become the bumming team in high school.
Say it again.
The
Wow.
starter team in youth football
Give me the bumps in high school.
can be the bums in high school.
Mm.
The bum in youth
That makes
football
sense.
can become the star
In
in
high
high
school.
school.
Yeah.
So you're trying to say that be patient with that kid.
Be patient.
There's
You
always
need a coach
potential.
that's patient with them,
You need a coach that's patient with that kid.
and the parent has to be patient. But you need a coach that's patient with them.
We're not sending that kid home though.
There's always potential.
No. Now,
Maybe.
in a sport of winning,
We
'cause
talking.
everyone wants to win.
Everyone wants to win.
So in the sport of winning, you might not can play that kid that much. Sometimes you have to be real with the parent, and I learned this from someone else. Are we watching the same kid?
Okay. Yeah.
And not only that, as you get older, football becomes dangerous if you're not paying
Mhm.
attention.
Mm-hmm.
If a kid is out there and they're not paying attention, so
Yeah.
6, 7, 8, 9,
Right.
not paying attention is not going to really hurt you.
It's cute.
But when you start getting 10,
Mhm.
11, 12, 13,
16.
14,
So you don't tell the kids you ain't got the chops for this.
oh, no, I'll never tell a kid that.
Really?
No,
I don't think you
no,
should.
no.
Wow.
Why destroy
Y'all
his-
better than me.
Those ages.
Why destroy his confidence?
Right.
Why give him a false sense of hope?
You're not. You don't know.
Which one is easier to repair, I guess?
I know a
Once you
kid
destroy the
now.
confidence.
I'd rather put him where he belongs.
I know a kid now where 10, 11, 12, even 13. By 13, he was a center. He was a center because really wasn't people didn't believe that he could go but anywhere else. If I take you to his game right now, you would never realize that.
Okay. Oh well.
Never.
Mm.
You would see him now. I just went and seen him play 2 weeks ago. You would never sit there and be like, that kid was that kid.
Okay.
You'd be like, oh, I know he was a monster.
So patience is the answer.
Patience and teach him.
Okay.
Sometimes children just need someone to believe in them,
Mm-hmm.
other than mom.
Mm-hmm.
Mom's always gonna believe in you. Mom's
Yeah.
expected to believe in you.
Yeah.
Even dad. No. Mom's always expected. Dad gonna come on, you bum.
Oh my God.
You gonna put you in Batman. No, but be patient.
Okay, be
You
patient.
don't know.
You don't know.
Not only that is if you're patient, if you're giving them you don't know what they're gonna pick up from you. So let's say it's not sports, and let's just say they don't have a dad around.
Uh-huh. Okay, I get what you're saying. All right.
They picking up things from you
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
for 2 hours every day, 3 times a week.
Okay.
You're giving him something that he's not getting at home.
Mhm.
And that doesn't mean that mom is inadequate.
Uh-huh.
Mom isn't a man.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Even in a single father house, if there's a female around, it doesn't mean that dad's inadequate.
Feminine energy. It's
Feminine
not a
energy.
rant. That's not a
Like I
rant.
said,
That's right.
I am. You couldn't have told me this before I had children.
Mm.
I thought, single parents, it just is what it is. They can get along. There is a big difference
Yes,
in
it is.
having mom and dad
There
around.
is a big difference.
Big difference. I've recognized it in some of the people I'm around, but I've recognized it in my children
Okay.
that
Okay.
have that energy of both.
Yeah.
Mm.
So if we are bringing this into this children, what if so? Talk to the man or woman who's getting ready to embark upon this kind of venture. They say, hey, I gotta, I like children. I want to be, you know what I'm saying? I
Mhm.
gotta, I want to help children. I want to get in the sports world. So how should you guide and direct that man or woman that wants to get into because you pretty much have some success, pretty much a lot of success, hundreds of children. So I mean, somebody trusts what you're doing, and there's a lot going on. And then just like this is your second rendition of this, right? Because
Yes.
because you had Groundhog,
Mhm.
and now you at What is it called?
Dirt Mob.
Dirt Mob.
Mhm.
So this is like your second rendition of it. So you have seen, and you went through the pandemic.
Mhm.
So you really, got to,
Yes.
you
Seen,
really understand
seen what
it.
mistakes were.
Yeah,
Seen
you
what
really got
really
it.
don't work.
So how do you help somebody who wants to get involved or get into this program, this venture? What would you tell them?
Well, one is patience. Gotta have patience. Dealing with kids is, especially the younger kids, is patience.
What about business on the business side?
Communicate. Business side, if they want to get into it on the business side, connections.
Okay.
So
you don't suggest they just jumping out on their own and just try to start a program,
I wouldn't.
find a field, find some,
I wouldn't say I don't, because it depends on your hustle.
Mhm.
Everybody hustles different.
Is it a lot of work?
In the beginning, it is.
In the beginning, it is.
It is.
Okay.
One, you got to weed out. So you got to weed out the coaches, because just because they say they want to coach, everyone might not have what your dream is
Okay.
of your
vision.
of
Yeah,
your
yeah,
program.
yeah.
Like we went through that. Now restarted with Dirt Mob.
Mm,
People dropped off because they didn't believe,
got it.
and sometimes it's addition by subtraction.
Addition by subtraction. Okay.
That's a headache that you don't have to see in the future down the road because they don't have your vision.
And how do you promote the coaching? How do you promote coaching when you need coaches? You need, staff. You need team moms.
Well,
You need
you
how are you promoting this thing? How do
you
you,
you
what's the game plan?
you promote it by first you let it be known what you're looking for.
Uh huh.
You have meetings, you have discussions, you have
Are you
conversations.
like social media? You putting it out there because
Yes.
through social media basically.
Through social media. So you'll put out, let's just say you come in an organization and you want to make an organization, you want to start from scratch. You don't want to merge with nobody. You don't want just anybody to be a part of it. You put it out there and you hold interviews.
Grassroots.
Yeah,
Start from scratch.
Start from scratch. Put it out there and have interviews.
Hmm.
You have open interview first. Listen to what people got to say. Let them talk. Instead of you doing all the talking. This is who we are. This is where we're trying to go. And then you let them talk. Then you can weed out where someone be like, well, I've been winning for the last 15 years and I was with such and such a program, and Baltimore's small.
Yeah.
So anybody that say certain things, it's so small that everybody pays.
Everybody does like yeah.
You know what I mean? With exception of me, because I stay in the background. But so you know who's who, and you eventually see who's genuine.
And you are the president, chairman. What are you? What is your title? CEO? What are you?
Of Dirt Mob, I'm the vice president.
Of Dirt Mob, you are the vice president.
Vice president.
You are the vice president of Dirt Mob. Okay. Yeah. And you would when someone wants to go into this kind of organization, this kind of venture, you would suggest to go in with people.
It depends.
You would suggest.
It depends. It depends. Like to do it completely by yourself is going to be hard.
It's going to be. Is it expensive?
Yes.
It is expensive.
Very.
What are we looking at? What are we looking at? Give me a throw of a figure. I'm talking about football equipment.
Can you just clarify what it is? Because I don't know if we actually said
we
what
okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
We're talking about an organization or a youth organization, youth program dealing with sports, academics, personal growth.
Yes.
Okay.
What kind of starting a program?
Starting like that kind of program. Yes.
We just never clarified it.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Yes. But what kind of money are we looking at to go in? What somebody's looking at? So I don't want someone who just got a dream and just thinking, hey, I can go run my mouth a little bit and just.
So we talk. All right, let's start off. We can go from top to bottom. Helmets. If you get helmets, I would suggest you get new. You can get used, but I suggest you get new, only because then you know exactly how long and how safe they are.
Okay.
So now we're talking anywhere from $105 all the way up to $900 per helmet.
Per helmet. We said it one more time because we're putting this into perspective. So if we have a camp, and I got my numbers guy, they have a camp and they said you trying to get about 30 kids. We were at $100 to $900 per helmet.
Per helmet.
Let's just put that number in the middle and put 450. So 450 times 35.
So most programs
Wow.
on the
That's just
lighter
on the
end,
helmet.
yeah, on the
Just
lighter end
yeah,
for the
yeah.
younger guys, because young guys not really gonna.
Contact. Yeah.
So you go with the lower end helmet. Make sure it's safe. You go with a company that's safe. So let's just say you're saying 115.
You said go with a company that's safe.
Yes. So you have different companies that has gonna have different prices. You have Shutt, you have Rydell.
It's Under Armour a company? It's not a company, right? They more,
Under
more,
Armour
they
is
more.
a company, but I don't think Under Armour
No,
actually sells helmets.
okay,
Something for
okay.
shoulder pads.
All
I
right.
don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know. I
All
don't
right.
think so, but I don't
All
know.
right. Go
If
ahead.
they do, it's new.
Okay.
Battle has entered the field.
So the average hold the garb. You some of the helmet, shoulder pads, hip pads, knee pads, jersey,
So
pants.
per person,
Per person, you're looking at. What you looking at?
per person you're probably talking. Let me see. Easily 350 per person.
How much is the
On the-
registration
on
for
the-
the child?
Depends on the program. Every program is different. Every program charges something different.
So the money that the parent pays doesn't cover the entire cost of the equipment? It doesn't make sense. Because all the parents
No,
paying
it
no.
The registration is just for
So where's the rest of the
program,
money
right?
gonna come from?
People in the program.
Really?
Yeah. So first of all, before
It's a labor of love, Doc.
before you even get to the point where you have kids in equipment, you gotta have the equipment.
So before you get the kids, you must have the equipment.
Yeah.
I'm
You
listening.
might not have enough equipment because you
But-
wasn't planning to have this many kids. You might have thinking like, I'm only gonna start off with 2 teams, so I'm gonna cut it off at 22 kids. So we're gonna say 44 kids. So I'm gonna make sure I got enough equipment for 44 kids. However, when you put it out there on social media, when you start doing this, now you looking at 4 teams, but you pre-bought 44 pieces of equipment for kids.
The 2 teams.
So 2 teams at 22 kids per.
Mm.
So now let's say them 22 kids per turns into 26 kids per. Because the one thing you're not going to want to do, but you'll do if you have to, is to relinquish your kids somewhere else. Because you might be in a community and that kid is in a community and they only walking across the street. And then how do you get to the point where you say, all right, I'm going to break my team down from 26 to 22. Who do I let go? Well, let's be honest. No one's letting go kids that can really play.
Okay.
So then we go back to what you were saying.
Yeah.
Parents, are you watching the same kid I'm watching? But to be honest with you, those are the kids that you want the most.
Why?
Because then it proves you can coach.
Okay.
When we started off with Grindhard, we had the kids that nobody wanted. With the exception of maybe 4 or 5 kids. And these 4 or 5 kids could have went anywhere and played. But with the exception of them, we had the kids that nobody wanted.
Got it. So administration is one of the biggest parts of these programs. I mean, it's a big part of anything, but it's a real big part considering if the average person doesn't have, again, that kind of money sitting around, they got to fundraise. Yeah.
Fundraise or don't tell your wife you spend a certain amount of
Yeah.
money.
I heard that from somebody. I ain't put that out there, but that's a real thing, y'all.
Yeah.
Wow. So it is a labor of love. And it's a labor of love for the children. And so from so far from what I'm understanding, and then we're going to get, it's 3:30, we're going to get into assistant living for about 15 minutes, and then we're going to let you have the floor to wrap it up.
Okay.
All right. So from my understanding, and if someone want to get into a program for the parent that wants their child into a sports youth program, they should be looking for a program that not really specialized, but offers personal growth, growth academically, and growth in the actual sport.
Correct.
Those 3. One is not higher than the other.
No.
All of them are even.
All of them even like you want.
And none, and moms and dad, none will be perfect.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Exactly.
Okay. Number 2, to the person that actually wants to begin a youth program, sports program, it is best that they, if I'm not mistaken, help me out, get involved with somebody else first.
Unless they have the money.
Unless they have the money to do it on their own.
Or if they have an investor.
Unless they have an investor. But the easiest way to that for the average person who has a heart but really don't know
Mhm.
how much it actually costs is to join and connect with somebody
Yeah.
first. Connect with
Partner.
somebody that's already caring. And that's how we move forward. And that's how you move forward.
Yeah. And contrary to what a lot of people may think, it is a lot of programs in the Baltimore City that when you're starting will help. They might give you
Oh,
they
okay,
might give you
okay,
their
okay,
old equipment,
okay, okay.
but old equipment is better than no equipment.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Like
Listen, everybody. Listen,
I think
everybody.
that
Listen,
I think
everybody.
that Baltimore City programs have a bad rep, and that's because there's some programs that are like that.
Yeah.
But for some programs, they will help you any way that they can.
And most of them do, though.
The men of
And-
them programs, the
Okay.
men and women of them programs will help.
And most of them is okay, good. So you get help from existing programs.
You can, yes.
Good, good, good. And so everybody kind of got it. So if you want to start a program, go to an existing program and then try to get some help. Even information and knowledge, they will help. They will help. For the most part, they will help.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can tell you one person that'll help you hands down.
Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Baltimore Terps.
The Baltimore
Terps.
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 Queasy will help anyone.
Okay. So,
Anyone that I'm not gonna say anyone that I guess he vibes with.
okay. The Baltimore Terps.
Baltimore Terps.
Okay.
I could easily say he's never turned me down for anything, but I don't know if that means he's done that for everybody.
Okay.
I can only speak for my experience.
But the Baltimore Terps.
But the Baltimore Terps, and initially we split off from them, and he still helps.
Good, good.
Other one when we first started, West Baltimore helped us.
Okay.
I don't think it was West Baltimore up next at the time, but they helped. Charm City.
Okay, Charm
Charm
City.
City
Everybody knows
helps.
Charm City.
Yeah, they helped. In the
So the
beginning.
more successful programs will help newer programs come.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are there a shortage of programs in the city?
No,
Everybody got them.
I think it's too many.
Too many of them. That's what I say. Is it overconcentrated?
Very.
Oh.
I say that not in program wise, but in sports wise.
In sports wise.
I believe that if men put their egos to the side and broke these programs down, that there's enough money within these programs that these kids and put them on the better kids on one team, that these kids can challenge anybody nationally.
Got it.
That is that much talent in Baltimore.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay.
So all the time we look on YouTube, we see the Maryland Heats, we see the teams in Texas, we see the teams out in New York, we see the teams that all our kids are watching. If you put the talent in Baltimore together and get your ego out the way and just come together, go over X's and O's, you'll figure out which coaches know the best.
Mhm.
That Baltimore would dominate,
Baltimore will dominate.
hands down.
Sound like a lot of our churches, Doc. I'm gonna keep that.
For
within
real.
my
That's
mind.
the secular. That's the
Thinking that-
secular.
Keep it
That's
to myself.
yes.
Keep that to myself. All right, so now we're moving forward. We're going to take another about 10, 15 minutes. We're going to wrap this up. And I think a lot of good information, personal and sort of, economic information to help us navigate our way through what we're doing as it pertains to these youth programs and who you are and what influenced you to get started. What's this thing with assisted living? So first of all, when I was in my early 20s, I went to a couple assisted living classes. I did
Really?
Yeah, because it was going to be one of my things I was going to do.
Okay.
It's going to be called Anthony and Friends.
Hilarious.
I was named myself.
Are you
Yeah,
serious?
I'm not lying. Hands to the man. Hands to the man. I am not lying. It's supposed to be Anthony and Friends. Was supposed to be my assisted living program. I took some classes. I paid for the classes. I did some CPR. I went all the way. And then once I was working to get everything done, I was sitting in class one day, and this is what I said to myself: "This ain't me."
Mm.
And when I was hearing them talk about how you can get connected with these people,
Mhm.
and then sometimes they pass away and they leave and they become family, I'm like, I don't want to do this. And I got up and I walked out of class. The class is on Cold Spring Lane.
Mm.
And I got up and just walked out of class because I just realized this is not me. And so I did not want to put any more. I already paid for it. And so I just didn't want to put any more energy into it. And in the middle of class, I'm like, why am I going? And I'm talking to people right now because y'all, you do the same thing I'm doing right now if you're just in it for the money. Because some people right now, you know how much money you can make? It's the first thing they say. You know how much money? You're just lucrative. I'm like, yeah, but do you care for those people? Do you care for them? Will you provide a safe facility? Will you make sure that they are fed, cleansed? Will you make sure that they are taken care of? Will you make sure they got their appointments on time? Will you treat them like your own? If you don't do that, as a pastor, just find something else to do.
Yeah, if you don't do that.
If you just find something, there was other ways to make money. Find something else to do. If you're the kind of person that I don't mean that you have to be hands on, but you do have to have a level of care.
Correct.
There must be a level of care. I'm
And,
not saying you got to be hands
and,
on.
and at some point in time, you should be hands on.
Oh, I wasn't whatever.
You should. You want someone else to know your business better than you?
Sure too. All right, the floor is yours.
All right. So with Newton Manor 1 and 2, our biggest thing is to treat everyone like family. Like I said, we both came into this because of the mistreatment of our grandparents. For my wife, it was her grandmother.
Dang.
For me, it was my grandmother and my grandfather.
Mm.
When you can go to the hospital and doctors will try to overtalk you with big words, I'm the type that if I don't know, I might not say anything, but I'm gonna remember those words. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna look up those words. I'm gonna find out what those words mean, and I'm gonna come back with questions.
Okay.
And when you have an assisted living, if you want to do it the right way, first of all, anybody tell you that it's completely lucrative, they're lying.
Hmm. Hmm.
They're lying to you.
So all those
Can it
$13,000
be?
a month for one patient
Can
and all that,
can
one room and
can
two
it?
in the room and three in
Yeah.
the room, all that. Oh, okay. Keep on talking now. Wow.
If we go somewhere like Anne Arundel,
Mm-hmm.
then yeah, but then you got to pay Anne Arundel prices to buy a house.
Got it.
You got to pay Anne Arundel prices to house. You got to have everything that, and you got to follow those rules.
Got it.
Then, and also, if you're getting into this strictly for money,
Mhm.
my thing is, how can you call yourself a compassionate person? Because money should never be your reason, because you're dealing with people's lives. Which means that I'm not going to take you because your income is just this low. And in doing that, one, it is a business, yes, but you gotta have compassion.
You gotta have compassion.
Gotta have
Yeah,
compassion.
that was your wife just said. Compassion. She just said it. She just said you have to have compassion.
You have to. Like, there's been times that we struggle because we take lower paying people
Okay.
and we take them because we go see them, we evaluate them, and the energy that they give off, we can't say no. That's what I mean by always aspiring to be that God man, that God woman, because you never know why God made it so the person that
That's
called
right.
you
Exactly.
and gave you the energy to get up and go see that person.
Mm-hmm.
And that person, if you get there and that person pours out their heart to you about what they need, or their family member points out what they need, and the first question you ask is, well, how much do they get? Me personally, I'm gonna say shame on you. Go get your money. I'm not gonna stop you from getting your money. Go get your money.
Mhm.
But we're dealing with people. We're dealing with, I don't care what they believe, and like I told you before, I don't
Yeah,
understand. We're dealing with God's people.
Mhm.
And it may not be that person in particular, but we wouldn't be who we are or where we are or where we at if it wasn't for our elders. Our elders need to be respected, admired, adored, loved, because they have paved the way, whether we see it or not, for us to be here today, for us to be who we are today. They may not have been my mom, your mom. They were somebody's mom, somebody's dad, somebody's uncle, somebody's brother. They can be complete a-holes, but they still are a living creature on this earth. And your blessings come from how you treat people. So yes, we struggle at times because we take lesser paying people.
Uh-huh.
And believe me, when you take those lesser paying people, those are the ones that stick with you forever. You get
Yeah,
them,
yeah.
change their
Yeah,
diet, do
yeah,
certain
yeah,
things,
yeah,
and
yeah,
they
yeah.
are always with you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That makes no sense.
But
Man.
to be in this business, like my wife and I, we're hands on. We don't necessarily have to be anymore. We have employees, but I don't ever, and I'm speaking for both of us, we don't ever want to be the type that is just a business to us.
Okay.
When it becomes just a business to us, then it's not for us anymore.
Okay.
When it becomes just a dollar figure, then it's not for us anymore. Then we got away from the reason of which we started this, and that goes into our grandparents. So when you're out there looking for an assisted living, go see, talk to the people that's going to be caring for your parents, because the one thing you want is just like your child, because um you're an adult once, what is it? You're a child once, but an adult twice, something like that, like child twice
You're an adult once and a child twice.
and a child twice.
Mhm.
Your parent can get through something or go through something where they're no longer the advocate for themselves.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
You want to put them where you're comfortable that the people that they're with will be advocates for them. You're still going to do your job. You're still going to do your due diligence because that's your parent. But it's a lot.
Mm.
It's a lot to manage yourself, your children, your family, and your parent that's somewhere else.
Mm.
So you want to put your parents somewhere where they feel that there's love, there's compassion, and that their parent is going to be taken care of.
Definitely.
Now, the one thing you do have to understand is there's challenges taking care of the elderly. A lot of
challenges. A lot of challenges.
Older or not, and it's worse when they're older,
Mm.
you're dealing with a human being that has their own mind,
Yes.
Yeah.
which
And
means
hands.
and you'll get some people that act
And they
like
throw them.
you'll get some people that act like they don't know who their parent is.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
So when their parents do A, B, and C, they looking at you like, how are my parents doing A, B, and C? That other side be want to say, do you recognize who I'm dealing with? Like, you don't even come here and see him that often for this very reason.
Okay.
Exactly.
But we will do everything in our power to make sure that they're okay.
And you have 2 facilities
2 facilities,
and 1 low income facility.
1 low income facility.
Okay. And how long have you been in the business?
Since 2015.
How long does it take to get into the business?
It doesn't take long, but the long part is the actual certifications from the state.
That's to take a while.
That's what takes a while.
How long what's the average?
So when you get a house, you have to set the house up. You have to have the fire department come out and make sure the house is safe.
Mm-hmm.
That's one. Then you have to wait for OACQ to come out and tell you how many people you actually have in the house. Right. So just because you got a 13 bedroom don't necessarily mean you're going to get 13 people. Yeah. Our first house, we had what? We had the big white house across from Northern Parkway on where the track is.
Oh yeah.
That big house on the corner. That was our first facility.
Oh wow. Okay.
And as big as that house is, we was only able to utilize 4 rooms.
Wow. Is it based on room size?
Based on room size.
Wow.
And the amount of floors.
Okay.
Oh.
So although you don't have to have sprinklers in the city, when you go a 3rd level, they want sprinklers. And an exit plan.
But I say, what about the access up and down?
And got it.
Yeah.
So that 3rd floor, if you don't, unless you have sprinklers, cannot be utilized.
Yep. Correct.
Wow. Did y'all know that going in?
Did not know that going in.
Oh, everybody, be giving y'all free lunch, everybody. Free lunch. Free lunch, everybody. Free lunch. Man. It's okay.
So
So
we planned like we got this extravagant house.
Mhm.
We're gonna put people here. This is how we're gonna do this. Every room is made up. We had your mom
yeah,
come. They
yeah,
blessed
yeah.
the house,
Yeah.
prayed. I think you even came, prayed in the house,
Uh-huh.
had the house blessed. Like, let's go. They came and said, well, this whole floor with these 3 bathrooms up here don't mean nothing.
Mm.
Wow. Wow. Could you utilize the basement?
No,
You
you
can't.
cannot put residents in the basement.
Cannot, even with 2 exits.
No,
No.
because with a basement you have to have a full window that they can fit out of.
Oh.
And most basements does
Does
not have
not
a
have
full
full
window,
Mhm.
windows they can
window
fit
that they
out.
can fit out of.
Okay. Got it. Everybody
Now,
listening, everybody.
how
Mhm.
do you
Navigate.
navigate that is your employee could be a live-in that actually
Okay,
live
okay,
there.
Let
okay,
them stay
okay,
in the
So
basement.
that basement is theirs.
okay. Got it.
So
Got
now
it.
you don't got to substitute a room that you have throughout the house. You can just give them that
Good.
basement.
Smart, smart, smart.
Just set the basement up where
Smart.
it's compatible for someone to live in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Smart, smart, smart. And do you recommend people get into this business, especially families? Do you recommend them? Because you did say that the athletic programs was over concentrated. But what about this business?
It is. It's over.
It is
So many of
so
them.
many of them. Yeah.
It's necessary.
He says necessary.
It's very necessary.
However, it's a necessary business.
Hmm.
It's
Like,
a, it's
yeah.
a,
Go
I
ahead,
would say in
sis.
the hospital, we're so overcrowded, we get the patients ready to go to an assisted living. And sometimes it's either going to be, do they qualify for a nursing home, which you basically kind of can't do all the things you can do in an assisted living, or can we send them to an assisted living? Because everybody doesn't need a nursing home. Assisted living, they're not like completely decapitated or whatever. Like they can move around, they can do some of their activities of daily living, like wash their face and do a lot of those things. And so, not having the ability to send them to somewhere that's more suitable for them could potentially kill them if
Mm,
we send them to a nursing home.
mm,
And all they're going to do is sit. They're not in an environment where they could get better.
mm.
So they're very necessary because
yes.
everybody's not at that stage where they need a nursing home. Yeah.
So it is a necessary
It
business.
is a necessary business, and I'll say this, and this is the part where people won't do, where the selfishness comes in. As of right now, to get clients, there is and I hope none of them watching and hope this is what I'm about to say. There is placement agencies.
Okay. I heard about them. I heard about them. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Heard about them.
However, my personal opinion,
Mm.
even as business owners, small business owners, if we come together, we don't need placement agencies
Why?
because we can do the legwork ourselves.
hmm
We can go to these hospitals and get with these counselors. So let's just say I go and I know I have my assistant living, you have yours, she has hers, and 10 other people. I'll go, I'll assess them. Okay, this person may not be a fit for me. I'm calling you,
Exactly.
calling you,
Got
calling
it.
you.
Exactly.
Got it. So
Keep it
Without
in the
so these assisted living
community.
facilities need to sort of form like
exactly
not a
see,
union but a community, a
Alliance
smaller
or
yeah.
and see, and then when I do that, and if it's
I don't know if there
reciprocated,
is one.
and when it's reciprocated, then we're not charging.
hmm
I'm
because
not charging.
because it's a
Okay.
community.
I'm
Yeah,
not.
it's a community.
It's
Okay,
a
I
community,
got it.
so I'm not charging
I
you.
got it.
I'm not going to charge you for somebody I went to see. I'm just going to give you the assessment. And if we already in league together, then our assessments are pretty much the same.
Exactly.
So then every question that you would ask, I would have asked.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
And vice versa.
Yeah.
For every hospital, I'd be like, no, he might not be a perfect fit for me, but I know exactly who he is a perfect fit.
Exactly. There's some people that just may need adult daycares. You can send some of your people to adult. It's a yeah, it's true. We just don't work. We just don't work enough together. Yeah.
This working together thing.
This unity thing.
It has to be addressed.
We gotta work on it
It has to be. This
Yeah.
working together thing has
Sure.
to be addressed across the board.
across the
Yeah,
board.
but then
Across
you
the
got
board.
the people that's like the gatekeepers don't want to.
The gatekeepers.
That's right.
Yeah.
Orders.
Like for me and my wife, like, listen, I'll come show you how to set your house up.
Mm.
She don't have a problem coming to show you how to set your house up. The
Are y'all
dimensions-
charging?
Would I?
Should
I
you?
could.
You should.
I could,
You should.
but it probably depends on who you are. Like if you treat me as everything is business,
Mhm.
I'm going to treat you as everything is business.
Okay.
I mean,
if
that's
you
a
treat
business
me-
almost in itself.
Yes, but if you treat
Establishing
me,
it.
but if you treat me as a collaborator or
Okay.
potential
together,
Okay.
partner.
Okay.
just
Okay.
being together,
Okay.
no, I'm not gonna charge you.
Okay. Got it.
I'm not about everything isn't
Yeah.
about $1 to me.
Hmm.
Okay.
So therefore, I will come to your house and show you. Now, I'll show you. Understand? I'll show you once,
Yeah.
and you open another house, you already know how to do it.
Got
Mhm.
it.
Don't mean take advantage and be like, well, I don't feel like doing
Yeah,
it, so I'm
yeah,
gonna call
yeah,
somebody
yeah,
else.
yeah.
Right.
Your initial house, yes. I will show you dimensions. I will show you how to write up a floor plan. Just so people that don't
Wow.
know, it's more than just open up a house. You have to have floor plans. You have to have business plans. You have to have the dimensions of your room to
Right.
understand how many people can go in this room, what you need to do,
Safely.
safely. That understanding that okay, this room looks pretty big, but understanding that there's a closet right here
Uh,
that space don't even count.
Mhm.
So therefore, your square footage start from the corner of that closet to the end of the wall. So now you're taking off percentages.
oh, so that part of the wall don't count.
Count.
Mhm.
You serious?
Yes. So it's more to it than just putting a person in the house and taking care of them.
Mhm.
Then when you have your employees, you're gonna go through trial and error.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
yeah.
right. That's right. That's
I
right.
would suggest cameras. We have cameras. I
Cameras
can
and
look at any of
cameras.
my
Okay.
houses
Okay.
right now.
Cameras.
And not only that, you also part of your selling pitches is to let the families know
That you have
I
cameras.
have
Yeah.
cameras.
Safety is
Safety.
big.
Yeah.
So if anything was to happen, my cameras record.
Mhm.
Okay.
So your father said, "What? Give me 1 second. I'll call you right back." I go through my camera. Okay, this is what really happened. I can share this video with you,
Exactly.
and you can see exactly what happened. And the compassion comes in where you let your employees know. At the end of the day, I'm going with my resident.
Mhm. Mhm.
Is one more last question. Is hospice care involved with this?
Yes,
Y'all
you
can
can
y'all
do. You can
can
do
tap
hospice.
into that
Yeah, you can do
because you
hospice
got
care.
people here, but it's with someone in a certain condition and it looks like their condition is regressing.
Mhm.
Is
So
there a
you
certain
accept?
fee or certain criteria for
Well,
that?
hospice
Can
normally
it be the
normally
same
pays
facility?
more. Hospice normally pays more.
So, but what about someone who is? Can you be qualified for a hospice? That's what I'm
Yes,
asking.
Oh yeah.
You can be
yes,
qualified for
End of
one
life care.
as
yes,
as in life care,
yes. You
End
can,
of life care.
end of life
Yeah.
care, in the same facility.
Mhm.
Oh,
but personally, hospice is it's hard.
it's difficult.
It's difficult,
Yeah.
and the reason is
Emotionally or
emotionally.
Oh my God. Yes.
Emotion because you're actually doing everything for a person as you're really. It's easy to say I'm accepting that they're dying as opposed to watching them die. I could easily tell you all day long that I've accepted the fact that I'm bringing this person in. I've been dealing with them, and they're dying. It's easy for me to say that right off the tongue, and there's nothing behind it. But to actually watch it, to actually bring it in, because you're not going to stop doing for them. You might even start doing more.
Mhm.
So you can't help but have an emotional attachment to that person, then see them go through pain, to see how they deteriorate. All of that begins to bother you. Like, yes, you can go home, talk about it, get therapy, whatever, but going through it with them, I don't.
Over and over again.
Yeah, I don't
okay?
know. I
You
don't
don't
know who can
know. Okay,
compartmentalize that and it not affect
got
them at all.
And a lot of people don't realize even when they do pass away. Well, so I think that it would be best to have a hospice facility like an assisted living whole house
whole house
full of,
facility.
because there's a lot even for the clients that are unable to process that they're losing someone else close to them. But when they pass away, you literally have to prepare the body. You have to clean the body and bathe the body. You bag the body. So you're seeing this whole
Wow.
process go through. You're cleaning them and tagging them and preparing them for the home. I mean, for the funeral home to come and pick up the body. So you're in turn you grieve to a certain extent. I worked in hospice as well, and it takes its toll after a while when you keep seeing death.
Got it.
I mean, even though you know they're going in, they're coming in eventually tonight. You want to make the processes seemingly smooth as you can,
Mhm.
but it takes its toll
It takes its toll.
on you. Yeah.
Yeah, and that goes especially if it's somebody that you've had and
Hmm.
they digress to
Yes.
being on hospice.
Mhm.
Yes.
That's what makes it hard.
Yes.
That was another one of my I'm never.
Mhm.
Okay, you never would.
That was another one I never went. When my wife was like, "I'm coming on board," I was like,
Mm.
"I'm not dealing with none of that."
Yeah.
I'm telling her, like,
Mm.
I deal with death different, and I do deal with death
Yeah.
different. I understand that death is a part of life,
Yes.
but that was then.
Yes.
I'm like emotional
It's a bond.
now.
It's a bonding. It's a
Like,
bonding that you build with
yeah.
those clients. It's
In,
a
in,
lot.
in
Your
the past,
family.
it really wouldn't mean like it didn't mean
Mhm.
anything. I was, like I said, one emotionally attached, but now,
Yeah.
Get it.
now I cry in certain movies,
Oh
in
my.
Yeah.
certain shows. Like
It's real.
it didn't do the switch, but no, you have somebody that you daily, even weekly, every other day that you're dealing with. You're getting to know. You're talking to them. You
They
know,
become family.
Yeah.
yeah, they become family. It
Mhm.
should
They
become
should
It
be.
family.
should
Yeah.
be family.
They
Okay.
should.
Because
Yeah.
and then you're watching them pass away.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do
There's
about
nothing you can do.
it. And that's one of the things that got me
Mm.
into this. They put my grandfather on hospice.
Mm.
I'd never heard about hospice
Mhm.
until then. I remember my mom called me and was like, "They're gonna put him on hospice," and I didn't know what hospice was.
Right. Right.
Now I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah.
I call my mother back. What you mean they gonna bring him home to die? Like,
Yeah.
Mm.
what you mean? I don't understand that. It don't make sense to me.
Mm.
Like, what you mean? They like, because he's at that point where he just need to be comfortable. And it's like, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why would they?
Definitely.
Okay.
Why would they do that?
Okay.
But then getting into the business, I understood it.
Yeah. Because it's like, where would you rather them take their last breath?
Yeah. Well, for me,
Okay.
And for most of them, they
for me,
want
for
to
my
be.
grandfather, I was like, no, y'all need to do whatever y'all need to do to keep him here.
Don't stop.
right.
Yeah.
All
It's a
right,
lot.
sir. This last we come to the end of this. The last thing, the floor is yours. Whatever you want to say, you want to talk about your location. If you got a website, if you got contact information, if you want to put it out there, the floor is yours. And generally, if I was in a church, I talk to pastors. the- I always ask every pastor this question. I will lend this to you, Dr. J. What's next for you, for the business, for your family, for the mission? Just what's next? The floor is yours.
What's
Your
next?
camera's right there.
What's next, especially with the youth, is to form a complete mentorship program to come together with other programs so that we can do our best to figure out a solution or bring the solutions that we have together and put our resources together for a solution to what's going on. Evolution is inevitable. The problem with evolution is it goes both ways. It can get better and it can get worse. Whether we understand it or not, a lot of us may not be living or understanding the lifestyles that is being lived, and we may be completely disassociated with what's going on. But for our youth, it is getting worse. Times are getting worse. The resources of which we had as kids are not out there anymore. The resources that we have right now as adults are not being shared. And ultimately, and I'm not speaking to just one people because it's bigger than one people or one group of people, is matter of fact, I challenge everybody to share the light of everything that you've been taught as far as a sect and go outside and start speaking to people.
Mm.
I've told my wife before, I'll say hello, and then sometimes she was like, well, they don't speak back. Well, the fact of the matter is, I didn't say hello because I was expecting someone to speak back. I said hello because something in me moved me to say hello to that stranger. If they choose not to fight back, say something back, then it's not on me.
Right.
I did what I thought I would do. And sometimes that might lead to a conversation of something's wrong with that person or that person going through something, and you could be that ear that God put you there to be. Or they could end up being an ear that God put them there to be to you.
Yeah.
So I challenge everybody to try to let go of all those secular things and begin to deal with people for people and not become emotional when we don't get the outcome that we want.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's the outcome that we need. And the more we go out our way to help people, that energy becomes you. Like I said about his energy, that is his energy. Put him in any room, I guarantee you, anybody that can feel energy feels his energy. You know, my first time really being around you, other than here and there through church, You can feel your energy. And let's try to give that energy to the people and to other people and not be like so closed off and accept the crowd that I'm around.
Yeah.
Because the life you could be saving could be yours,
That's right.
could be your child's, could be someone else's child's. One of the things I remember telling somebody before is I remember dealing with a parent who was like, don't say nothing to my child.
Mm.
Don't say nothing to my child. Then that child was shot and murdered.
Goodness.
And now you outside. Who shot my child?
Right.
Understand
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Now you want help, but it is too late
Wow.
because 2 lives have been destroyed.
Wow.
Not 1, 2. Because that person that shot him, when they caught him or catch him, his life is going on a different path. And understand that I am an anomaly. Prison teaches you how to be worse. You have to understand something. You are what you are around.
Yeah.
You put yourself around a bunch of criminals, what happens?
Yeah.
You think you learn how to be a better criminal.
Mm.
Yeah, you have a lot of anomalies that came out. But what we got to understand is let's do what we can control. The one thing we can control is ourselves. How we respond, how we act. You say good morning one day, a person might say F you.
Yeah.
You say good morning the next day, they might say, I said F you. You say the good morning the third day, they might say, well, good morning. Yeah. Or hi, or however you greet someone. We have to come together. We really have to come together as grown people, as adults, and take a hold of our community, create our community. Because as of right now, we really don't have a community because we aren't together. You have the Court of Christ on this corner, you have this church on this corner, you have this church on this corner, you have this church on this corner. The reason people ain't running to it is because in these churches, there's 5 different messages. And sometimes this church is speaking bad about that church. Or this person is speaking bad about that person. Let's not speak bad about each other. Let's speak each other up.
Yes.
Because you have something that I don't have. I have something that you don't have. Let's recognize that.
Yeah.
Let's give energy to that. And let's just do better. For all of us, let's just come together and do better. That's really it.
That was good, sir. Where can we
Yes.
contact you, Doc? Where someone can contact you, find your website, whatever you have. You want to give me information?
I could direct you. You can call me directly.
Or
especially
just give them your social media, social media page, and they can DM you or
Yeah, that's the
Facebook you. Yeah, that'd be
the
better.
wrong,
Yeah,
the wrong person.
yeah, that's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
you
Yeah,
know about that.
yeah.
My bad.
Just give me, just give me your social media page, and if anybody want to contact him, you can contact them directly.
Yes.
With some questions, with some, if you want you need
and
service for your elders.
Hey,
Yeah,
Bible, I don't particularly care for social media, but I'll check it every now and then.
Yeah.
So you can contact me on my Instagram, which is GHEP Program. So GHEPPROGRAM. You'll see a logo that says Groundhog Enrichment Program Community Building. For either business, you can contact me there. Whether you have a question about the business, whether you think about starting a business, whether you want to get someone in assisted living, anything that you want to go over. Listen, even if you're feeling bad today and you like, you know what, he said something that I'm thinking he can give me.
Yeah.
Call me. I mean, DM me.
DM me.
Yeah.
DM me. I'll reach back out to you. Hopefully, I'll reach back out to you in time.
Yeah.
I don't check it every day.
How about an email? Do you have an email that they could? Is it better to contact on
Yes,
email?
or you can email me at Newton Manor, NEWTONMANORAL
Perfect.
Yes.
Okay.
Perfect.
And we'll make sure we tag
And-
that as
and
well.
I look at my email every day.
Okay.
Okay, good. That'll work out.
Yeah.
Everybody got it.
That's
Everybody.
good.
Think of the email, might be.
Got the email will work. Everybody.
Yes, email we better because not only do I look at it, but my wife look at it as well.
Thank you,
Great.
sir. Thank you, sir. This is our first rendition of Pastor Anthony Said, our business rendition. Listen, this is in lieu of and in response to what we are getting ready to do for LIB, Love Investors Benefit Association.
Yes.
I mean, we are helping out small businesses to get started. That's
Yes.
what helping people out to get started. This year, we're having on October the 10th, we are having gospel karaoke. That's right, gospel karaoke. I'm going to
Yes.
sing. That's right.
My
I'm going
God.
to sing. I'm going to sing a song So
Oof.
I'm working on 2 songs now. I'm
Okay.
working on one by Sam Cooke. Yeah, I'm saying that one by Sam
Okay.
Cooke, and I'm trying to work on the a Wimble in
Okay.
the jungle.
The
So
night.
this is my 2 songs. Don't nobody steal my
Wow.
songs. So we're gonna go through them. I'm working on those 2
Oh
songs
my
right
gosh.
now.
This is gonna be good,
I was
guys.
born by the
I
yeah.
figured
I'm
that
gonna
was
do
gonna
that one
be
for Sam
Yeah,
Cooke. I'm gonna let her know now, so nobody come in and try to steal my songs.
good.
And I'm gonna do the Lion King song. And so yes, that's where we are.
I'm
So
gonna say if my wife will help me with one of my favorite songs.
Okay, nice. Which
Um,
one?
the song it was from the Fighting Temptations, the one that they sing at the end.
Which?
But I know he loves
Oh
me.
yes, yes. Okay. Yeah.
I love
Let's
that
go.
movie.
yeah,
Come on.
October the 10th.
Yeah.
We got
1831
you.
North Gate Street. Tickets $25. Y'all come be a blessing. Come be a help. The money's going to a good cause. We are
Yes.
doing it. Love Investors Benefit Association. I love all of y'all. Be blessed. We're going to enjoy life. Go ahead, Ted.
$ join Liba Cash App. If you
Cash
want to
App,
go ahead
$
and buy your
join
tickets,
Liba.
we want to buy your tickets now.
Yes, $ join Liba.
Yes.
Y'all got it. Thank you. You can buy your tickets there. All right. Thank y'all. Peace and blessings. Thank you, sir. It was a blessing. This was your first one. You home run.
Yeah. Excellent. Excellent.
Thank
Excellent.
you. Thank
Excellent.
you. Thank you.
Excellent.
Thank you, Ted.
Excellent.
Let us go,
Yes.
Ted.
Okay. So just so everybody knows, we were only live on Pastor Anthony Fliggins' page. We
Okay.
will be live. I'm sorry, we will have the upload available on Pastor Anthony Said, I would say by Friday.
Okay, good.
And then this will be available on Apple and Spotify as well.
Yes, Apple,
Okay.
Spotify, everywhere, bro.
Everywhere. Everywhere.
Friday.
Friday is home day.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you all so much for tuning into this episode of Pastor Anthony Said. This is your spiritual podcast station, and we just brought you the uncut, unblocked, and unscripted. This is the only place in the podcast universe giving you a balanced approach and a look at the other side. Everything from A to Z. You just listen to our special guest, Jay. Listen, we will be available this Friday on Apple, Spotify, and everywhere podcasts are available. We love you, and thank you for loving us.
Excellent. 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 Excellent.